Perfect.
Are you told away even about your guy? Are you told away even about your guy? Are you told away even about your guy? Are you told away even about your guy?
Stop the cap.
Perfect.
Are you told away even about your guy? Are you told away even about your guy? Are you told away even about your guy? Are you told away even about your guy?
Stop the cap.
Perfect.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Are you told away even
Still
about
fast
Perfect.
as fuck, boy.
Stop the cap.
Perfect.
Are you told away even about your guy?
Perfect.
Y'all know this song? The world's greatest Friday night stream with my boy Hawk 22! Tell your baby mama that we live! That we live! Hype it up! Go! Go!
Perfect. Perfect.
We'll start in a minute, guys. Like it, retweet. Go, 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 go!
Perfect. Yo. Music is fire.
You like it?
Yeah, bro. I'm listening to. I can't hear it here. I'm listening to it on the. Music is fire. Oh my god.
What is up, Hawk? How are you, buddy?
What's up, man? Got my Octominer shirt with the BAM Hawk logo.
Okay, I see you.
Love that.
I got my DJ Minds logo.
I did some push-ups today before the stream, so.
Did
I'm
you?
feeling swole. Yeah, sit, man. I'm getting back in shape, boy. I have to sit.
I wasn't showing us. My bad, chat.
Oh, it's okay.
That whole time we were talking heavy. Man, what's new with you?
Oh man, nothing. Just
Nothing.
working and sold a lot of my GPUs.
Really? How's that going?
It's actually it went well. I sold 8 6700 XTs today. That's
Nice.
gone. Yep, that's gone. And
Good
I
money?
think I'm gonna. So I made a deal with if they host them at Terra, then I don't charge them for the Octominer. So
Okay.
with the Octominer, it would have been without hosting Octominer and 8 6700 XTs would have been 2500, but without the Octominer, I just charged 2000 for 8 of them, and they sold real quick. So
Okay.
no big deal.
Yeah, hell yeah. Reallocating funds. I'm actually selling some
Yep.
GPUs tomorrow. I didn't want to, but the
No,
offer
which ones you
was
selling?
just my 3080s. So did I tell you I sold a couple 3090s? Like,
Yes, you
when
did.
was it? Like a couple weeks ago?
Yes, you did.
So the same guy, he hit me up. He's like, bro, because I only sold him like 7 GPUs. You know, I have almost 200, or had almost 200. And he's like, bro, let me buy the rest, 40,000. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. I was like, I can't, bro. I still want to mine. And he's like, come on, bro. He's like, because like the price of the 3070s and 3060Is are dog shit right now. Like if you look on eBay, you can get them for like
sellers,
250.
yeah.
You can get them, yeah, for sellers. You
It's
get
a
'em for,
buyer's
like,
market.
yeah, you can get them for like 250, 300. So I was like, I am not willing to part with my 3070s because he's got to make money, right? He's a reseller. I was like, I am not willing to part with
What
my
was he?
30,
What was he offering you for the 3070s?
140, 150.
Oh, that's no.
Which,
no,
to be honest,
no.
is fair.
No, it's
because-
not. No, it's not. I
because
sold
eBay, they're
mine
going
for 250 each.
Yeah,
I sold mine 250
yeah.
each minimum. That's what they're worth.
Yeah, but he's buying in bulk too, you know what I mean? So it's like, but anyway, so I was like, nah, I don't want to do it, bro. I was like, I want to keep, what's up, Geek? What's up, Crypto? I'll say hi to everybody in a minute. I was like, I'm not willing to sell any of my efficient cards, right? Which is mostly what I have is like 3070s, 3060i. I'd say I have 120 of those, 110. So I'm keeping all that. Anyways, so he's like, bro, he's been bugging me for weeks. He's like, bro, come on. He's like, come on, bro, sell me something. And I'm like, bro, I just can't sell them for that cheap. Like, it's not worth, I'd rather it sit in the corner. He's like, all right, $400 a pop. I'll buy all 16 of your 3080s. I was like, ooh.
400 each?
400 each. I said, you know what?
Oh yeah, sell it.
I said, I'll do it. I'll do it. So he's coming tomorrow. That's an offer I can't refuse, bro. We're talking about.
No.
What is it?
400 each. That's really.
That's a lot of. I forgot how much it is. Like over
It's-
5 G's, bro.
Yeah,
He made me
I
an
mean,
offer I couldn't refuse. You know what I mean?
It's not bad, man.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I got, my new favorite card. I think I'm gonna stick with the 3080s moving into the next the mining bull run because
Oh yeah.
yeah, you get a little bit more on the VRAM. You got a little bit bigger bus size, and honestly, I think the 3070s are a great card. I'm nothing against it, but yeah, I was gonna go strictly towards the 4070 Ti route, but then I was looking at specs. I was talking to King. I was talking to a few different people, and it's just, man, they nerfed those cards, man. They're just
They do.
Nvidia, like from a mining perspective, And like an AI perspective, if like I wanted to do both, they trashed them. So I think 3080, 3090 is where I'm going to be. I'm going to start stacking those. Like I got 3 right here, 1 in an AI rig right now. I'm trying to get rented. If it doesn't rent, I'm going to take it out, put an A4000 in there. But
let me tell you why. Besides the money being too good, I thought about it long and hard, like all day today, bro. I really thought about it because I have no interest in selling my GPUs, like none.
I know.
But I love money more, right? So I said, okay, let me do the math here. So actually, let me do the math. Let me just do the math.
5 Gs.
16,
That's not bad.
16 times 400. Okay, $6,400, bro.
Yep.
So, anyways, I asked myself. I just thought about this logically, right? You guys know me. I don't care if I'm mining or buying the coin. I just like money, right? That's my goal, is to make a lot of money. So I thought about it. I said, what can I? All right, I sell these things, and I make $6,400. What can I do with that? I said, I'll just buy Dynex, Kaspa, and maybe something else. And then I'll get way more yield. Because I think I told you, but I didn't tell my stream. My electric rate just shot up to 19 cents, bro.
Yeah,
and
that's
I saw
awful.
an article. National Grid's going to be raising an additional 30% on top of that towards the end of the year for the next winter. So now we're talking, I don't know what that is. Was it like 23 cents or 24 cents? Like crazy numbers.
It's
not
National
worth it for
Grid,
me
man.
to be mining right now. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I got all, you can see it's kind of blurry. I have GPUs doing nothing, and they're going to be doing nothing for another year and a half. Or I could reallocate those funds, buy the coin, and by the time the end of 24 comes, 25, I'm going to 3, 4, 5, 10x my money. You see what I'm saying? So
What GPUs are you keeping?
I'm going to keep all the 3070s, all the 3060 Ti's. A2000, only have one of those. Probably, and I'll keep all the 1660 Ti's and Supers just because they're not really worth it. And my 5700 XTs, they're not worth it to sell right now.
Yeah.
So I'm still keeping at least, I don't know, 130 GPUs. But if somebody was to like, yo, I'm going to pay you this amount of money, I mean, anything, shit, you can buy my computer if you want. You can buy this microphone. I don't give a shit if the money's right. I love money. I'll buy another one.
Yeah. 3080s for me, man, is where I'm gonna be. I think that 3080s, 3090s is where I'm gonna be, because you can't beat the price, man. Like right now, like
They're cheap.
4070 Ti, 4070 are like great cards, very efficient, but in the bull run, man, like no one's gonna care. Like, and they're just we're gonna plug them up, we're gonna make them run, and these cards can do 3080s can do both. So I mean $400 for 3080s in bulk, I'd sell them. I'd sell them too.
And he, like I said, he already bought a bunch off me, so now it's like, shit.
Yeah, I might do some trades for some 3080s. I got some stuff that I can trade out. The 3900X CPUs. I have a few different things. I'm gonna start stacking. I did some research on it. I'm like, you know what? Because you can make the 3080s very efficient, although they do use a lot of power. I mean, for Christ's sake, they're 3 8-pins.
Yeah, on Dynex, I was only doing like 150 watts or 140 watts.
Yeah, you can get the efficiency really good on a 3080 if you tune it correctly and you're on the right algorithm, obviously.
Yeah.
Especially like Dynex, even 3090s will perform well. You know what I mean? For what these cards are, you can get them pretty efficient. So, and you can get some density too with 3080. So, in my opinion, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm bullish, bro. I've been bullish. I'm optimistic. I'm happy right now.
Yeah,
I'm excited because here's the thing, as you know, right, when you have a crazy high electric rate, it feels like a burden, right? Like my last, I only had like 65-70% of my GPUs on last month. It was $1,200 just for the GPUs. It's not even for the ASIC hosting. And I said, and I look at Red Panda, I look at Hobbyist Miner, I look at these guys with dirt cheap electric prices. They're paying less than a third of what I'm paying for the same amount of coin. At that point, it's not even a ration. It's an idiotic decision for me to just mine just to do it. Like, if it was 10 cents, 12 cents, okay, maybe I could justify it. 19 going, I'm going to be 24 cents soon. It doesn't make sense to buy. It just, not at the moment, at least.
Nah, yeah, I agree with you. At the moment, it's not making sense for a lot of people, man. Like, and what is it going to take to hit that? Those Ethereum numbers again. I don't know, man. I don't know if it'll ever get. Maybe it will. I'm being a little pessimistic, but now kind of you mentioned National Grid. It's so funny because today we were on a call with someone who was there's there's a large farm for sale, and it's in National Grid territory, and but they curtail 5%. So like a couple hours a month or every other week, like they have to curtail their power. Well, we have to curtail it. We have to turn it off. And I'm just like, I'm looking. Yeah, it's like, because National Grid gets up to a 98% capacity, and they make other people turn off. Like large users, like over a megawatt, they make them turn off.
Oh, then you make more money though, right?
Now, right. So here's the thing. So like, we get a really good rate if we enroll in that program. If we don't, then it goes up like 2 to 3 cents, which is like, oh my god,
that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge deal when you're running megawatts of power.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn. So I'm like, I kind of wanted to put feelers out to the community and bring this up, like, because right now, like, Terra's at a 99% uptime, right? Like, that's what we're at. I mean, we float around 98.9, 98.8, but usually hits right around that 99 mark, right? Sometimes we have to move machines around, and it eats into that a little bit. But my question to the community is if I can offer you guys a really cheap electric rate, right? Like if I send a message to everybody, say, hey guys, we're going to shut down the farm for a couple hours, bull run or bear run, right? Would that matter to a lot of people mining at the moment? You know, I'm going to ask you, DJ. I'm going to ask people in the chat. Like, would it matter if I said, hey DJ, I'm going to give you a kick-ass rate, okay? Yeah. Lower than what you're paying now.
Yeah.
Okay. But every now and then I may have to turn off the machine for a couple hours at a time.
Someone who gets hosted on my ASICs, I would, as long as it saves me money in the long run.
Right.
Yeah.
See, in the long run, it's good because, you know, but like I have one customer right now. He's got the Antminer KS3, like it's $168 a day when I plugged it in. Okay.
Wow.
Like if he goes down for 2 hours, loses a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like in relative terms, you know what I mean? So it's not every day, but it may be like once or twice a week where we'd have to turn the machines down for 2 hours. You know what I mean? 5% of the farm would have to come off. So we would do like this rolling, like it would be like, let's say shelf 1 through 10, right?
Yeah.
First curtailment, shelf 1, then second curtailment, shelf 2, and then kind of rotate. You know what I mean? So we can get really cheap power, but we have to enroll in this program if we were to go to somewhere like this, because Terra's already looking at the second expansion phase. So it's like, where do we go and what do we do and how does that work? You know what I mean? So now,
as long as it benefits the user, I'm sure they'd be down.
So Geek of All Trades made a point. He says that Hawk, provide options, curtailment versus static. Yes, that was another thing. Like right now, our facility in Kansas is purely static, right? They stay on, never gets interrupted, knock on wood, and that's it, right? Maybe a cheaper rate for the curtailment service. I don't know. We just kind of just putting feelers out there in the community and just seeing, hey, what's it going to be? Because a lot of these hosting companies actually do that. They actually do. They do like this rolling curtailment, and they're this rolling, when they turn people off and stuff. And 5% when you're at a megawatt or 2 megawatts. This farm in particular is 2.5 megawatts. So 5% of that's a lot. Yeah, that could be 30 machines. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, 100%.
My math is probably bad on the electric, but it's around there. You know what I mean? So cheap electric, 100% uptime. It's kind of like this.
But so this is just my personal opinion. Since they've if the people have already signed the contract, definitely make it an option. Like if you want to enroll, because they've already signed the contract, So they have.
Well, we would have to move those units, right? So the people that are mining now are at the static facility, and if they wanted to move to the other facility, that would involve downtime. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're working on it. But we're in a great position right now, and
good.
We're gonna hopefully Q1, Q2, maybe Q2 next year. If it keeps going the way it's going, we might do another rate adjustment and even lower it even more and really get into that competitive realm. And that's where we want to be. I mean, I'm talking like the 8 cent range. Maybe,
8 cents, awesome, man.
Maybe lower. if we can if we get lucky. So
8's the goal for sure.
So
For
that's
sure.
the goal.
A lot of companies are at 8 now.
Yep.
That's really good.
Yep.
That's super competitive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Money
we'll
talks.
get there.
You get there, hey.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We just, I was on the phone with a client today, and I'm just like, look, he came into Terra when we were at 14 and a half. Like, and he's like, I just want to support.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, for real. Like, all love, man. Like, he supported us all the way through, and and he's like, hey, I'm here for the ride, man. This is great. You guys are awesome. So I was like, all right, cool, appreciate it. And I was letting him know today that we're gonna probably have another rate lowering, hopefully next year, Q1, Q2 next year or so. It could be sooner than that, but conservatively, probably Q2 next year or so. But anyway, I digress.
Right. I'm looking at the price of Bitcoin, just slightly under 28,000, man. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm still consolidating. Still, let's see. I think Dynex has been doing great lately. 95 cents.
Dynex is Dynex is rattling the cage, man. And it's good. I'm glad there's a company that is actively doing a lot of development in this crypto company that is, excuse me, let me back up for a second. A company that has a cryptocurrency that's actively doing AI, right? And they're machine learning, I should say. And it really sets a fire under all the other projects. You know what I mean? Like, oh, damn, like, Chlor AI has probably already started to work, and the Kosh network is working. All these other networks are starting to come together and really put their head down and work, So I think it's important. I think it's important, and it sends the right message. So
I love what Dynex is doing, man. They're doing so much. It checks like every block for me, except for maybe one.
Yeah, 95 cents. Wow. What's the one block they don't check?
I just want to hear his real voice. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I understand.
There are people, who are like, hey, man, like, we don't know who this guy looks like. We don't know. We don't know what this guy looks like. Who is this dude? The people are saying that he was a part of another project that failed. I don't know. There's a bunch of like this, I don't know, crazy stuff going on. And, man, like it's a race right now. I think the AI race, okay? I think it would help them if Dynex came out and said, this is us. You know what I mean? Put a face to it, put a name to it, and let people decide if they want to continue to move forward. I think that would be good for Dynex. But this is the next space race, man. Like, this is the next space race. It's a race thing. Like, everybody's rushing to get the next, like, what's going to be the next machine learning thing. You know what I mean? It's a race. It's the next space race. So it's going to be great.
Oh man, I mean, not GPU. I think Dynex is in such an amazing position right now. Like, they are literally the #1 most mined coin right now. They own 20, at least according to Hive. Maybe it's a little different on Windows. I don't know who the fuck uses Windows, but maybe they do, right? Brain, some other shit. 20% of the market. That means 1 in 5 graphics cards are on the Dynex platform. Like, that is huge selling.
I mean, dude, they're profitable, man. They're profitable for most people.
They're profitable for most people, but more importantly, they have 20% of the market, and they're 1 year old. I think they just hit their 1 year mark, dude. Like, that's it. That is absolutely insane to think about.
So Patrick Murphy just made a good point in the chat here, DJ. He says, if they do a face reveal, people will find something else to complain about. So
I don't even need a face reveal.
Look, in the business world, for them it would be better. Now, I'm not saying that they don't face reveal. Like, Yeti just went over there, and obviously he met those people, so they weren't hiding from him, right? So why they don't face reveal on the internet or to the community, I don't know. But it is not. I wouldn't say it's a red flag, right? I would just say it's a yellow one. Just proceed with caution, right?
I hear you,
but still proceed.
Oh yeah.
There are many projects that are waving red flags like we're walking around China. Like, you gotta be careful. You know what I mean? So
Dynex checks, like I said, almost every block, man. GPUs are preferred on it. Like, it benefits way more than like an ASIC or something. So longevity's there. That's amazing for me. Low wattage, amazing for me.
Yeah.
AI, you guys know I love AI. I've been talking about this forever. I love artificial intelligence. Checks that block. It's got 20% of the entire market. Like, what is
Yep.
there not to like except for that yellow flag? But I can get over that. But I mean, there's so many good things, dude. So that's why I'm thinking I'm gonna buy a lot of Dynex soon. I'm just gonna straight up buy it.
You know,
excited,
Dynex is
man.
I had a few hundred Dynex. I sold it because I needed to move money around, but I think Dynex is going to be a good project, man. They, like you said, they're checking the right boxes. They're doing, and they're not falling into the trap. Like when it says a lot about a project with the way that they carry themselves, right? Like Dynex, when there was a lot of the rhetoric and accusations going around Twitter, you remember that. Dynex handled it, I think, in my opinion, very professionally. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's hard not to get frustrated. Okay, even
sure.
on the professional level, it's really hard not to get frustrated. And you can see it, but I think they kept their cool for the most part, and just remained professional. Like the attitude I got from the Dynex team when all that was happening was, a lion does not concern himself with the opinions of sheep. That's the attitude that, you know, speak softly and carry a big stick. You ever heard that? Like,
Yep.
that's the attitude I got. And that actually was like, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, they're not feeding into it. Like, but I do have another question, DJ, for you.
I
Maybe
would
you know
love
the
to
answers to
answer your
this.
question.
What the hell happened to the Ergo Twitter account?
Oh yeah, I tweeted about that. I don't know. They deleted it.
Now, was this because of all the BS that happened with the ETC and when Hodgkinson gave him the account? Like, do you think maybe that had something to do with it? Finally, the pressure, they just caved in and got rid of it?
I have no inside information.
Well, no, none of us do. Just what's your opinion?
My opinion, pure speculation here, chat. I'm assuming the backlash got to them eventually, and I know CW left Ergo, or I don't know all the details of why. I'm not going to pretend I do know why. But I'm just assuming here. Yeah, he left a while back. I'm just assuming here. Maybe it just got to them, and maybe they're like, you know what, we need to revamp this a little bit. It's a bad look on us. I'm guessing. That'd be my best guess. What do you think?
Hold on. When did CW leave?
2 months ago? 3 months?
Really?
A couple months ago, yeah. Personal reasons. That's what his Twitter said. Yeah.
I'm like on his Twitter I'm on his Twitter right now. I'm trying to like find it.
It was a while back, but yeah.
I believe you. I'm just because I know he was. I know he's doing better now, but he was in the hospital for a minute or two. So
shout out to CW, fast recovery. I mean, maybe that's why, right? I don't want to guess too much on that.
Could be. Right. Could be. Tiago Santos says, "Can you guys tell me what? Can you guys tell what useful work is Dynex doing? How they harness the computing power and what for?" Yeah. So Tiago, I think the best way to answer that question is Yeti has. If you don't know who Yeti is, I think Chump Change had a video with him, and Matt Electron Engineering as well. You can look him up. They were showing the Dynex backend and what they were doing. Now, I talked to Yeti in the Misfit Mining Discord channel, and he has access. He's working for Dynex at the moment, or working with Dynex, I should say. And you can look on. You could come in there and just ask him. He's very open. He's in their Discord, and they'll show you. They'll send you stuff on what they're doing and what the next plan is. So, if you have any questions, I would definitely hit him up. He would know the most outside of the Dynex team right now. So.
I asked him. Yeah, I was in that same chat. I've been up since 5 a.m. today, guys. And
right,
Yeti was there, of course, because it's like prime time for him.
Right.
But yeah, I asked him the same thing. So actually, it doesn't have any jobs at the moment.
Right.
It's gonna have jobs once the marketplace launches.
Right.
Which is like a preview that they showed. So that's why. And I asked him about this specifically on Deep Miners. Why does it say reward 0? I think you talked about that last week. You mentioned that to me. So I asked him straight up, like, why does it say reward 0? He's like, oh, because it's just mining the Dynex, right? It's not actually doing the proof of use for work at the moment because there's no jobs being offered like officially. So once the marketplace launches, then they'll open it for people to be able to actually come in. But at the moment, it's just doing Dynex. It's just mining Dynex.
I think it's a good thing for people in this community to remain respectively critical. Respectfully critical. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. Yes, it does. Okay,
I know what you're saying.
Right, like stay respectful.
Cautiously, I think the term is cautiously. What's the second word? Continue. It'll come to me.
Yeah, I just like it's okay to criticize these projects, right? Like, don't be afraid to ask questions, you know. And Aussie J Mining and Crypto, just cautiously optimistic. Is that it? Is that what you're looking for?
That's what I was looking for, yeah.
Okay. Robot, thanks, man, for that. But you know, just like Ice River when they came out, like all of us, man, all of us were like, "What's this company?"
Yeah.
This, like, we looked at the KS0 like it was a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Like, we were like, how much and what is it gonna do and what is this little thing making a day? Like, it's got to be a scam.
Yeah.
You know, but hey, that's the good thing about this community. It's, you know,
But shout out to all the people that took the risk because they made some crazy money.
they did, and that's it, man. Like, you got to risk it to get the biscuit. You can't sit around and just scared money don't make no money.
Scared money don't
yeah,
make no money. Yep, I love it.
Don't spend anything in this community, in crypto mining, anything in this that you're not willing to like lose. You're okay to lose. Like, you're not okay to lose. Like, Fully Electric, he bought like 10 KS0s like when they dropped first batch.
Wow, good on
And
you.
he's like, and he was honest. He's like, you know what, dude? If I lose it, oh well. Like,
I respect it.
but I'd rather take. And now he's like, man, he's like doubled his money.
Yeah.
Like, he spent. It's crazy. Like,
He
he's
probably
made
spent
so
like
much money.
12,000 and 2x his money. Yeah, and he
I
deserves
think it was like
it.
10 grand almost. Yeah, it was like something crazy. Like, he got a good price on them, and then just like he bought a bunch of them. Like, I have 3 right now, solo mining. But
See, I'm like that too. I mean, I didn't do it with them. My risk tolerance is through the roof, bro. I don't give a shit. I will risk whatever I need to risk because, I mean, I'm old, but I'm not super old. I'm 33. I don't care. Until I'm like 45, 47, I think I'll slow down on risk because, you know, you don't have much time left on Earth. But
naturally.
in the 30s, 20s, fuck it. You know, the money comes right back. The money will be back like this.
Dude, I'm with you. You know, when I started my mining company, when I started Hawk Crypto, and it was like I was in my own warehouse, and you know, it's just starting a YouTube channel. I mean, dude, 180 grand I burned through. You know, just trying to make something happen. And yeah, for the most part, it was a failure. But you know, I learned, and you move forward. But you know, somebody told me a long time ago, they were on their deathbed. A very good close friend of mine, older guy, and he said. I said, what is your main regret in life? Like, what's one of the main regrets you have in life? He goes, man, I should have took more chances.
Absolutely.
He says, because what if he goes, to this day, this guy's on his deathbed. Yeah. To this day, he goes, man, what if I would have won? Now, it sounds like gambling almost, right? But doing anything in this business or any business, starting a business, even your little Flux node business, you had to front money for that. That's a gamble. What if it doesn't sell? Then you're out the money. Everything's a gamble in life, you know. You got to take chances, in my opinion. But
100%. I'm like that too, man. I never want to say what if on my deathbed. Never.
Right. You don't. You want to lay down there, you know, live life to the fullest, and just lay down and say, you know what, man, I'm good. Like, I did what I wanted to do. You know, I did it my way, like Frankie, and that was it. And you just kind of just.
Who's Frankie?
You know, Frank Sinatra. You ever heard the song My Way by Frank Sinatra?
I don't know if I know the song. I probably if I heard it.
I did it my way. I don't remember that song. Anyway, yeah.
But
I think that's the key to life, man. Do what you want to do. Yeah. Take risks. You know, start that business. Take a chance, man, because like, the regret of not trying, like, one of my biggest regrets, EJ, you're gonna laugh at this because your job is I never went to the military. Like, believe it or not.
Smart man.
I wanted it. See, is what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be a fighter pilot so bad, and I let like somebody telling me that I couldn't do it stop me, and I could have, you know, I maybe if I would have tried a little bit harder, I would have did it, but I gave up on it, and that was like my thing in life, dude. If I ever get to ride in a fighter jet one day, I'm gonna feel like, aside from having my son, I'm gonna feel fulfilled. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Like, man. Anyway, so
you ain't missing out on much. But no, dude, like, I'm all about the risk, bro. I love it. I mean, I'm not going to take stupid risks, right? I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to go all in on, I can't say the frog coin's name, but, you know, I'm not going to go, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. It's like calculated risk. I'm all about it, bro. I love it. I don't mind. And that's the difference between, you know, the people, and there's, again, nothing wrong with this, right? There's going to be most people are average, right? That's why it's called the average. Most people are going to be your average person that doesn't take risks. There's no risk tolerance. They're scared. Nothing wrong with that. And then there's the select few who are willing to risk everything. And a lot of them are going to lose it, but a couple of them are gonna make it big. Like I said, my life goal, I want that mansion with the lion well. It's gonna be shooting out the spout, like the water out the spout. You're gonna come to my front gate one day. It's gonna open the butler, big gate doors, bro, and you're gonna drive up to it. It's gonna be
like
awesome.
what was what's Batman's mansion called? Oh my god, it's killing me. Wayne
I don't think
Manor?
I'll ever have Batman money, but yeah.
Well, you never. Hey, that's
Like-
a limit.
Like a humble
Okay.
$6 to $10 million mansion. I think
A
is realistic.
humble $6 to $10
Yeah, Batman
million.
mansion has got to be like 500 mil or something. You know, what I mean? I won't get that
Well,
rich. That'd
it's
be great.
a manor, actually. It's a manor. It's not
Okay.
a mansion.
Yeah, I
Apparently,
won't
there's
have
a
Batman
difference.
money, but
Never know, man. You get that underground cave.
That'd be
You know
so
what I'm
cool.
saying? Like drive underneath and then like have the bridge like pop out from the water and then you drive over it and then it goes down under the water.
that'd be cool. Yeah, I don't think
That'd be
yeah,
dope, man.
I don't think.
See,
I
if I
have
had
time.
if I had FU money, I would do something like that.
Oh, if I had the money, yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, I would do like the coolest. I would make my entire house like just like like I would drive into my living room and make it look like Iron Man when he took his suit off. How the floor started spinning, the car goes down, living room slides in.
I just had the craziest idea. In the future, now this isn't for me personally, but I wonder in the future, are people gonna, when we have robots, are they gonna have robots that steal? And then you just program, you like, yo, break into the Apple store. I want you to steal me like 50 iPhones. And then
That's nice.
like, what are they gonna do? Report? Oh, he was silver. Like, you don't know who that is.
He was
he's gonna,
silver.
Yeah, he's gonna bust through the front. Boom! Or he's gonna rob banks, bro. They're gonna go up to because they have no emotions, no fear, bro. And you don't give a shit if you lose it. It's a fucking robot. He's gonna go up to the teller, grab their face, smash their face real quick, bust open the safe, bro. Fucking take all the money, run away if it gets caught. Who gives a shit? It's a robot. Self-destruct. Kill itself.
Self-destruct.
It's a robot. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? It's gonna
I'm
be
sure they're going to be selling consumer grade products and with AI robots that have a self-destruct feature.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I'll probably be dead by the time that happens, but oh yeah. I guarantee you guys. I want people to watch this video. You know, maybe in the year 3000, somebody will find this video hawk of us and everybody in chat and be able to read this chat and they'll be like, "Ha, he was right." You have a fleet. What if you make your own army of robots, bro? Like,
Oh my
you know how
God.
you
I'm
grow
sure
up with like a
there's not
bigger
gonna-
brother. Sorry to cut you off. You know how you grow up with like a bigger brother, bigger sister type shit? You're like, boop, 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 and the robots pull up to school, bro. You fucking with my boy, and you're like, no, chill. And you got like 6 robots.
I would like, dude, I want to be Tony Stark.
That'd be cool.
I just want to walk in my house, have Jarvis talk to me when I walk in, and you know, friggin' like just, I would love that. The house he had in, like the house in his movie before it got blown up by the, was it the Mandarin? I guess was his name. And like that house on the water. That's it, bro. That's where I'm be. That's where Hawk's gonna be, right there.
Obvious.
Oh, hobbyist miner. Oh, there's fully electric. Oh, fully electric. While you're here, I don't know if you heard me earlier. How many KS Zeros did you buy like right when it came out? Because I knew you were one of like the first people that bought in.
Smart.
So I'm kind of curious.
I love talking to Fully Electric. He always risks.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a big PP energy. I love it. I love those kind of people, bro. Transcendence. Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah.
You never saw Transcendence?
Nope. I'll check it out. Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, man.
How old is
Johnny
this shit
Depp.
though? Damn,
Oh,
19
come on,
on
bro.
Rotten Tomato. God, 19.
Transcendence is a great movie.
IMDb 2 out of 5 star. Ooh, is it that bad?
No,
This looks
it's
terrible.
good.
Okay.
It's good. You know why well, I'm not going to get into it, but it's because it's Johnny Depp doesn't fall into that whole,
Oh, okay.
you know what I'm saying? So they kind of like, he didn't put anything in that movie that was like other than what they want, like what the script said. It was not, I don't know how to explain it without saying it, but it's a good movie. Just watch it, because the guy
I'll
who
watch it.
actually, the guy from Legion and the guy who played Jarvis in Iron Man and ended up being Vision, he's in that movie too. And it's actually, and the other guy, a lot of big actors are in it. I think Cole Hauser's in it. Morgan Freeman's in it. It's a good movie. No, it's a good movie. No, definitely watch Transcendence.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, he dies and they upload his consciousness. It's pretty cool. Like,
Ooh.
yeah, that's
I
what I'm
can't
saying.
wait to
Like,
do that.
dude, they do it and they make it like in the movie. they make it look realistic, like as if like it's completely possible.
How
which
old is this
I'm sure
movie?
one day. It's not old at
Oh,
all.
2014?
Maybe,
That's not bad. Okay.
no, it's a good movie.
I'll
No,
watch
it's
it.
a great movie.
I'll watch it. Hey, crypto. We gotta talk crypto. Money.
Yes.
All right. Timmy's
Money.
watching right now. All right.
Is he?
He's
What's up,
one of the
Timmy?
few believers left in the crypto scene, and he is ready to make cash. How can hot crypto help him make money?
We making money, or are we talking crypto? I mean,
It can be yeah. Let's try to do crypto. It doesn't have to be. It could be mining, buying, whatever. How
mean,
can Timmy
listen,
make
man, like,
money? He's got
if Tim-
5,000 to
if-
start.
he's got $5,000. Oh man, 5,000. You know what, man? Like, I won't even. I'll tell you what I won't buy at the moment. While I try to think of what I will buy, I won't buy any S19s or Bitcoin A6. At least not right now.
Okay. Fair.
I think a lot of people, well, I mean, there's two parts to that, right? So, you know, I was looking at prices of the S21. Now, here's my thing. What's Timmy's objective? Does
Money.
he want to make money? Well, hold on. Does he want to make money now? Or does he want to hodl it and maybe flip it and maybe 2, 3, 4x's money?
Timmy has never invested. You have to tell him what the best option
$5,000
to
is
make
not
money.
enough to buy into anything and get a significant amount of money back. It's not. So what I would do, especially in the crypto mining field, is I would get one of them S21s, keep
Okay.
it in the box,
So it's like 3,500,
Right.
4,000
Yep.
after tariff. Okay.
keep it in the box, wait till the bull run, and sell that thing for like 25, 30K. Because that's what they'll go for. The
That's
300
actually smart.
terahash
That's
models.
actually smart. Not
That's a
a bad
good way.
idea, to be honest.
No, it's not. And that's a good way. That's a good way to flip easy. I know people that are doing that now. There's a mining farm not too far from where we are in Kansas, and was talking to that dude, and he's just like, yeah, bro, I'm going to buy like 50 of them. I'm going to buy like a lot of them.
Brand
I'm going
new.
to spend
Super
brand new.
Super smart.
Keep it in the box. Don't touch nothing. Wait till after the halving. Wait for that price to go up, the bull market to start. And man, those units are going to quadruple, if not 5x in value. Easy. Because nobody will get their hands on them. And they're already in the States, and
That's good. I like that.
you and me both know that when people will pay a premium if they're already in the States, because they don't have to come from Hong Kong and they don't have to go
Ooh.
through all that stuff.
That's
I'm telling
actually-
you, man.
That's actually
telling
super
you.
smart.
And that would make Timmy enough money at that moment. Hopefully, he can sell it, buy a Bitcoin, and still have money left.
No. Buy Tesla.
No, Bitcoin is going to have a higher upside.
Oh, or Timmy could benefit me. Go buy a Tesla car. Think of Daddy. All right, Daddy's got kids. All right.
I
No,
think
like that
Bitcoin's
answer.
got a
That's
higher
great.
upside. I do think Bitcoin got a higher upside. If you own one Bitcoin right now, you're going to make more money in 5 years than you are going to be holding Tesla.
All right, let me
Now,
think.
here's-
Let me
hold on.
think.
It-
5 years.
I'm telling
the bull
you.
run will be over. We'll be back in a bear market.
Yeah, but Bitcoin will not be at this price. Bitcoin will be probably 3 times this. Because look at the cycle. I mean, look, the Bitcoin chart is the only chart that I trust because it shows consistency. Look, it goes like this, right? And it goes up, and we're at that dip right before the next up, right? And then it's going to dip again, and then it's going to go up, and it's going to hit a new ground level. Like, look at the last bear market. In the same time in the last bear market, what was the price of Bitcoin?
3? No, that was 2017. Yeah, 3 was 2017. I don't remember 20's price, 1920's price. I don't remember. I remember
2020's price.
2017, and I remember
Oh,
2023,
right, so
2022.
2019, 2020, I think Bitcoin was like hovering around what, like $7,000-$8,000, and that was like it's down.
This one dropped down to 16 in this bear market, so I expect it to drop like 25, 35.
But what I'm trying to say is that the low at each bear market, it's higher every
Yeah, I get
after
you.
every halving. So it's going to be worth more. Like after the halving, Bitcoin's going to take a dip. Rewards are going to drop. People are going to turn machines offline, and that's just what's going to happen, right? That's the time you buy, because you already missed the boat, right? You already missed the boat. If you were going to buy, and now prior to the halving, you should have bought when it hit 23, 22, 23 months ago.
But I'd still buy. Fuck it.
You still you spend 28 grand right now if you had it laying
Hell
around buy a
yeah.
Bitcoin?
I just spent
Okay,
29.
and that's fair.
Yeah,
No, that's
I
fair
bought a whole
because
Bitcoin
it's still
at
okay.
29. I think
It's still okay.
This is pennies. We're gonna hit 100K.
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
It's
no
easy
problem.
gonna hit. It's easy because that's where it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Okay, so that was your answer. That's a good answer. I didn't think. Okay.
I think it's
That's a
great.
good
I'm gonna tell
roadmap.
you something right now. If I can figure out a way soon, and I'm moving some money around. If I can buy like 10 S21s and just like keep them there, 30, 40,000, I'll spend it, keep it there, and just hold it, man. Like as much as I'm gonna want to like turn them on and start stacking sats, just keep them in the box, brand new. Okay, don't turn them on. Maybe test them. I don't know how I feel about it, but just keep them there, dude. I'm telling you, that 30,000 or what 40,000 you'll spend will be like, holy hell, bro. Like they're gonna sell for enormous amounts of money. You'll make 300,000. Like,
oof,
those units will sell.
that'd be awesome.
That'd be a huge return for 1 year.
Man, that'd be awesome. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I know I got your gears turning. Like, telling you buy 30 of those machines, or even 20 or even 10 of those machines, you're gonna flip them and it's gonna be amazing.
I think that's a great idea.
So,
And I respect it. And I think that's actually a really good plan. A lot better than I thought you were gonna say. Okay. My plan, if I got 5 Gs, I'm gonna put 2,500 into Kaspa. I'm gonna put 2,500 into Dynex. And I don't see any reason why these things don't 5x. That's super low, I think, in the bull run. Like, I'm going for reserved here. I don't see any reason why I don't 5x my money. I'm gonna take that 25,000. Bull run will be ending. I'm gonna hold off, and then I'm gonna rebuy into, probably put half into Tesla and maybe half into Bitcoin, and then we'll ride to the next cycle.
yeah. The crypto farmer, I mean, I think it's a good strategy though. I mean, I think Dynex is I think it's going to take a little bit longer to get that significant price discovery, but it's showing a pattern. Like, it's starting to just creep its way up. Like, it hasn't really tanked. You know what I mean? It's gone down a lot. Don't get me wrong. Market conditions are not helping, but it's like it comes back up to that level where it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? The crypto farmer says, why hold BTC miners when you can buy BTC? Well, let me put it into perspective. Right now, they're $3,500 each. Okay. Let's just, for the sake of numbers, I'm terrible at math. Let's, for the sake of numbers, they're $3,000 each, okay? And you spend $30,000, and you get 10 of them, right? You bought it for $3,000, okay?
He only has
Let's
5K
say next, huh?
Timmy only has 5K though. But I get your
No, right. He's asking me about the miners when I said about the miners though. You hold them and they turn into, because listen, S19s were going for like 10, 12 grand in the bull run. S19s in the bull run when Bitcoin was 50,000, they were going for that much.
I thought they're going for
Dude.
30. Could have sworn they were going for like 30.
My L7 that I bought was my 9300 mega hash went for 24 grand.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They're $4,000.
But I think his argument is like what I'm saying. Like, I like to just, dude, it's so easy. Hit the buy button, like one finger like this. And then in a couple years, hit the sell button. There's no like dealing with customers and shipping and all this bullshit. It's so nice.
But it'll be
bro. It's
so
nice.
easy, man. Like, you can triple your money. You can take 30,000, you can make 90,000 in less than a year. It's a lot of money. Like, I mean, now granted, you could turn 30,000 to maybe 90, 100,000 like in under a year, because those machines are going to be, dude, nobody's going to be able to get their hands on these machines. Farms are, dude, I saw 95 terahash units selling for $350 each. $350 right now. Like, people are liquidating.
Yeah.
People are liquidating because they're gonna buy up these S21s, and these large farms with thousands of ASICs are going to be like, they're gonna get those orders first because they're spending the most money. And I'm telling you guys now, like, I don't think for the home crypto miner or the guy that has like 10 or 20 in a shed, I don't think you can get your hands on it unless you order them like now.
Yeah.
So, and it's just my
It's
opinion.
valid. No, I think it's really valid. It just depends. And it's also, and that's why I got involved in crypto. I think I've said this before. The reason I got involved in crypto is because I was making so much money with stocks, but I was bored. You know what I mean? Like, it's a really boring strategy. My strategy is very very long term, right? Like I buy Tesla or I'll buy Nvidia or I buy whatever and I hold it for like 3 to 5 years and make insane amount of money, right? But it's boring. So I literally was just bored. I had so much money and I was like, I want to do something, you know?
Right.
And I started seeing like Panda, Serpent X, all these guys. And I was like, oh, you could make money by physically doing something. Because on the weekends I was kind of bored, right? Because all I do is hit buy. I go like this, buy, and I'm done, right? I'm done for 3 to 5 years. It doesn't take any of my time. So yeah, that's why I thought crypto was really cool. At least mining side was because I got to physically do something. So there's always that too, right? It keeps you busy, keeps you young, keeps you moving. So I think it's preference, right? Like if you like buying stuff and dealing with customers and shit, like there's definitely something cool about it, like for sure.
Yeah, I mean, see, here's the thing, like, this is why I think buying equipment versus buying the coin is smarter. And I have an explanation for this.
Ooh, let's have an argument about this. Let's do this.
Well, hear me out. So I buy a machine for 3,000, right? I
Which
turn it
machine?
on. An S21.
Okay, S21.
Let's go to S21.
Yep.
Oh, well, hold on.
We'll call it
Baby's
3K.
big.
It's probably 4, but it doesn't matter. Whatever.
So I buy a machine for 3,000. I buy 10 of them. Okay. And I mean, these are really rough numbers, but let's just, for the sake of numbers, let's just say right now I buy 10 of them. They come in a couple weeks and they're making probably about $10 a day. So they're making, but let's just say I buy 10, it's $100 a day, right? Let's just say that. Okay. So that's 3,000 a month, the average 30-day month. Okay. That's $3,000 a month.
Is that profit? Is what you're saying?
That's profit.
Okay,
No, that'd be profit.
Okay.
So $10 a day for a 300 terahash after power at around 8-9 cents. Those numbers are about right.
Okay.
So, but let's just say that because it's ballpark. We're in the ballpark.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I make $100 a day. Now, if I keep those machines on all the way to the halving, now we're going to see Bitcoin rise up a little bit right before the halving. It's going to happen. It'll happen. Like we're already at 28K. We'll probably hit 30 by December, maybe. Just just saying, right? But
got you.
Let's just say that, okay? You're making, now you got October. Let's count out October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Okay? But let's just say you go February and you're making $3,000 on average a month. That's 15 grand. Okay? That's 15,000 that you just bought and you spent 30,000 on these 10 units. You've already made half your money back. Okay? Made half your money back. Now, halving comes. The reward gets cut. Now you're going half of that a day. If you're lucky, if it doesn't get plummeted, right?
Money. Yeah.
Probably losing money after the halving, right?
Yeah.
Now you turn them off. Okay? You're already half your investment in. All right? Now the bull run comes back. And a used machine is going for 5, 6, 7,000. Let's just say 7,000 because they were 10,000 for new ones during Bitcoin at 50K. Okay. So let's just say 7,000 for a used machine. You got 10. You sold them. You made 40,000 plus your 15. You're up 55 grand in less than 1 year. Or you can buy the Bitcoin at 28. Let it go to 50 or 60 after the halving as it's climbing up and take longer to get to that profit margin.
Well, you spent more money with the machines, though. It's not fair. You have to buy the equivalent in Bitcoin because you bought 10 machines for 30. So it had to be 30,000 worth of Bitcoin.
Well, right. But that's why buying the machines will yield you more in this situation at this current time in this market. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand. I'm just trying to see if I agree with it.
I mean, we're talking about making fast money, right? You want to make fast money, take advantage of the market. This is how you take advantage of it as a crypto miner, if you have the money to do this.
Because what drives the price of the machine to go up is the price of Bitcoin rising. So your coin would appreciate with it.
Right.
The same.
So bull run starts.
Yeah.
You have to wait. Or take that 15 grand then that you made in profit, keep it in BTC. You'll yield even more as it rises and the cost of your machines your value of machines goes up. You could even make more money. So you mined $15,000 worth of Bitcoin in those months up to the halving, right? Hold it in BTC. Let's say BTC stays at under 30. When BTC starts to rise next year, summer next year, into, fall, then that's the money that your machines are worth plus what you already have in Bitcoin will be more than triple.
Okay.
At that time, roughly ballpark. You'll make more money flipping the machines, mining and then flipping the machines. Because that's what these farms do.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what
If
you're
I
saying.
just
That's what fully
spend
electric does,
30,000, huh?
That's what fully electric does.
Right. Like if you just buy the coin right now and sit on it to make 50, 60,000, you're going to have to wait over 2 years probably. Your Bitcoin's got to hit 80 grand. And then you got to sell it. Or you can just buy the machines and flip it and make that 50, 60,000 in less than a year.
It's valid. Valid.
That's my point. That's that. But that's only, in my opinion, that situation only works in markets like this.
Yeah.
It only works in this kind of market. You can't do it when the bull run happens. You have to wait till everything crashes again.
Yeah, no, it's valid. I like it. I like both.
Would you? Right. Both are logical. It's just what's your goal? You're trying to flip this money. You're trying to flip some profits, and so buy more Bitcoin, stack 2 or 3 BTC. You know, you're trying to just make some quick cash so you can invest in more machines and do the same thing over again. What's the goal? Is the goal to stack Bitcoin? Then if the fastest way to do that is to buy the machines, mine on them, flip them, you can buy 2 to 3 BTC in the bull run. That'd be the way to do it.
See, I wouldn't want to buy in the bull run though, because the Bitcoin's going to be so expensive. It's not going to be 30,000.
No, you would buy. I'm sorry, I rephrase. You would buy in the bear run for preparation for the bull run, and then in the bull run, that money is worth 3 times its value. Because if Bitcoin hits 100 grand right now, let's say Bitcoin goes not right now. If Bitcoin goes to 100 grand, let's say end of next year into 25, right? Let's just say that happens, which is probably probable. Okay, then you're gonna 3x your money if you buy one right now, or you can get 2, maybe 3 Bitcoin by flipping these machines and mining on them in this short amount of time, and then now you got, $150,000, $200,000. That'd be the way to do it. It's like this buy sell cycle. You know what I mean? I have a client right now who's like in the middle of trying to figure out, you buy the machines low, you mine on them, you try to get as much as you can. And then when the bull run starts to come back, you sell those machines. You take those profits, you hold it. Okay? You keep some machines on because you still want to mine, obviously. And you sell the bulk of it. And then when it dips again, you buy low again with those profits again, and you start this trend. Yeah. And that's how you flip the money.
I mean, I like flipping. I think most people aren't smart enough. Or I shouldn't say smart. That's the wrong word. Talented enough. I think most people aren't talented enough to time the market. For me, it's super easy, but for most people, it's not.
Look, if a price of a machine goes from 10,000 to 1,500, that's when there's your signal. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, there's your signal.
But Timmy don't know because Timmy never been through a cycle.
Well, that's why Timmy needs to subscribe to DJ Mines and Hawk Crypto Mining to find out what's going on.
Well, I would say Timmy should subscribe to me for stock advice, but for crypto, I let YouTube. I diamond hand like an idiot. That's so against my rules. I'm never a greedy pig, but I was definitely a greedy pig this last bull run because of YouTube. I didn't want to give up on the YouTube channel and sell out, and damn, that was one of the dumbest things ever done. I should have pulled a Red Fox, sold it. That would have been the smartest thing, but that's okay.
Sold it.
Yeah, so Red Fox sold half of everything he made every week. So he was hitting 3,000 Ethereum, 3,500, 4,000,
Smart.
Yeah, smart. But at the time, it was my first time actually mining. So there was like these, these fog goggles of the YouTube channel. I don't want to give up on my YouTube channel. I don't want to sell out.
Right.
I don't want my viewers to, what I mean? And that's not a rational thought. That's idiotic. And
right.
I won't make that decision again. Like I've said, Timmy, this whole wall, we're waiting for you, Timmy. Don't worry about it. Come on over.
Patrick Murphy's a little bit trolling us a little bit, and I want to answer this. He goes that the 2 guys that just sold their GPUs at the bottom are talking about hardware. I can't see. There's a heart in the way on this chat thing.
I'm only selling a couple because the guy paid me way too much. He's overpaying.
I'm selling. Hold on. Hold on, Patrick. I know where you're going. I sold the ones that I don't want anymore. Like, I got rid of those because my strategy has changed, and it's ever evolving, but it's still on the same path, and it's changing. I don't want my 3070s, 6700s, XTs. I don't want them. I just don't want them anymore. I'm going to move on to the higher end cards, stick in the AI game, get my 3080s and 3090s and then have a little bit more density, because I don't want, listen, as cool as it was, and it was cool, the entire farm of 3060 Ti's, I had 50 of them. I had over 200 cards. Man, it is a pain in the ass to manage. Like, I just don't want to do that anymore. I got a hosting company I have to worry about. I want to keep a small farm, maybe 50, 60 cards. My strategy is different. So yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to wait till next year to sell my GPUs, because I don't care. Yeah, I want to get rid of them. I want to take that money. They're still worth good money. $300, $400 for a GPU is not a bad price for what I'm getting for these things. And see ya. Like, cool.
I think there's
You know
a
what I mean?
lot of money to be made right now. So much money, bro. There's so much money. I think here's the thing. I was watching. I like to watch Alex Hormozy a lot, bro. Andrew Tate. A lot of these like very, very successful people. Whether you like them or not, I don't care about that part, right? I'm talking about the money people.
Right.
A lot of people think in the bear market you can't make money, right? You can't make
This is
money.
the best time to make money.
Dude, like, I think Andrew
Best
Tate
time.
said it the best. Again, whether you like him or not on a personal level, at least just listen to the message. I think he was in Miami. He was like, look around you. Look at the money in this city. He said, you think because of what's going on in the market, these people don't have money? Are you an idiot? That's a broke person mentality. Everybody's making money. Everybody's investing more and more. They're buying homes. They're buying crypto. They're buying stocks. They're going heavy. The people with real money are not slowing down. They know what the bear market is. It's the time to grow. It's the broke motherfuckers that are like, oh man, there's no money, excuses, right? Oh man, it's so sad. My life is so this, so no. There's so much money out here, and even in this
There
bear
is a lot of
market.
money.
So that's why for me, when the guy offered me so much money for, it's like, again, it's like 10% of my farm. It's nothing, right? I know I can take that money in this bear market, go buy the coin, and make a shit ton of money in probably a year from now. Where if I were to keep those 10 3080s that are just fucking sitting, by the way, not mining, not doing shit, if I were to hold those a year from now, I would probably just then turn them on and just then get some use out of them. When those 10 are sitting there for a year doing nothing, there's just too much money out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, look, I got 3080s lined up everywhere. I got new ones. I traded Panda for a few. Like,
Nice.
3080s are going to be my new favorite card for mining. I'm going to build like maybe 4 or 5 octo miners of just 3080s, man. Line them all up. I think those cards are going to be great for mining in the next bull run. So I think that's going to be my play. I'm going to go for density this time. I'm not going to go for, because what I did in the first bull run, man, is I bought anything that could mine. Like, it was just like, I made so many mistakes, man, when I bought cards, and I'm not going through that again. 3080s, 3090s. You know, I don't know if I'll dabble into the 40 series, but I think the 40 series are
Skip. Huge,
I think we're going to skip the 40 series.
Huge skip.
Yeah.
It's a marketing listen, Nvidia gave us these trash ass 40 series because
They
they knew
did.
the bear market was coming. I'm telling you, they always do this, bro. I've been buying graphics cards since, like, was it 700 series? I don't remember what it was way back then, bro. My whole life I've been a gamer. But I can remember confidently the 900 series. Like, I had those were pretty
980s.
good. The 10 series were cool, like really cool. The 20 series was ass. The 30 series was god tier. I remember when Jensen pulled out, I think it was a 3080 or whatever it was, out of the oven. Amazing, bro. Amazing. 40 series, ass. 4090 is really good, but it's so expensive, and we're in a bear market.
Yeah, it's not even realistic.
Skip it.
It's
right?
not.
If you notice,
realistic.
what they do is one generation, amazing. The next generation, eh. The next generation, amazing. This is just the stage, right? Because they knew it was gonna be right? So the 5000 series is gonna blow it out the water, I think. Blow it out.
Nvidia,
amazing.
And there's ways to find this stuff out. Like, even what I didn't realize was, and shout out to Hobbyist Miner, he's the one that actually brought this to my attention, because when I picked up that loot, those 200 GPUs for $5,000, eight cards were just AMD mining cards, which I didn't even know AMD made strict mining cards, right? I didn't know they did that. I thought it was just, I didn't think they pulled in.
Yeah.
Right. And they were in this batch. So it's going to be easier this time around to call, get a hold of NVIDIA or whoever, a supplier, because I know because I'm doing it, to get a hold of these crypto mining cards, like, you know, like the I guess whatever would be equivalent to like the CMP series. So
Yeah.
like it's gonna come back, and the fact that they're not manufacturing them anymore right now at this moment goes exactly into what you're saying. Like, it's the stage. Like, mining is dead at the moment. It's not dead, but it's on life support, and you know, it's,
I would say GPU mining.
GPU mining,
ASICs,
correct.
all my ASICs have been
yes.
amazing, bro. This whole bear market.
Yes.
Oh my god, my ASICs have been so good.
I said this on a live stream. I think people were going to pivot to ASICs, and I did the same thing. You know, unfortunately, I had to sell out of my equipment because we had to fund the company. But
I love ASICs, dude. I'm a huge fan. But you have to buy it when it first comes out, right? Like, that is the most important thing, in my experience. And talking to Fully Electric, that's what he does. Like, that's why I got the K7 as soon as it came out. That's
right.
Well, the D9 I didn't buy one, but luckily it was, you know, Bitmain sent it to me because I won a giveaway on Twitter. But dude, that thing paid itself up like this. Like, you know what I mean? The K7 hasn't yet, but I accumulated so much Nervos. I have like, I don't even know, like almost 1 million Nervos, bro, or some crazy number. Like, when if and when that ever even 3x's, it's gonna be crazy gains. Crazy. You got to get it when it first comes out, when that machine's hot, when it's a brand, not the gold shell bullshit. We're not talking about that. They will sell you some trash. We're talking like Bitmain comes out. You got to get the very first batch. Second batch, you kind of push it. If you buy it a year into its life cycle, 2 years into the life cycle, you know, it's not new technology. You're not taking advantage of it being the top dog, right? You're getting it for cheap, but it's cheap because you got it towards the end of its life cycle. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this question. I have like 8 2080 Ti's. Do you still like these cards? What do you feel about them? How do you feel about the 2080 Ti's? No, not a fan.
On Flux, they were amazing. So if you're like a huge Flux fan, they're really awesome. They're good cards. Like, they're good cards. 2080 Ti is cool.
Yeah, I have a lot of them. I'm debating whether I should get rid of them or what I should do with my 20 series. Man, I have a lot of 20 series cards. I have 2070s, 2080 Supers, 2080 Ti's.
I only bought 120 series because I always want. Again, I'm always into the newest shit, except for the 40 series. That shit is ass. But like, when all the 30 series were coming out and I first started mining, I wanted it, and that's all I bought was like 36 Ti's and 3070s for the most part.
Dude, you know, talking about prices, like, I'm on eBay right now and I'm looking at like 3080s and 329, you know, 400. Like, these cards are gonna double in price, like, soon. So like, these are great buys. Not financial advice, obviously, but these are great cards, like, in my opinion. I mean, I'm telling you, 3080s for the win, man. I think they're going to be one of the top cards going into the next one.
S. Cheng asked me, if any of your ASICs are 3 times in value, you talking about the machine, are you going to sell? Hell yeah. Dude, I will sell this chair if the money's right. I don't give a shit. Dude, you can buy my vape. If I'm vaping out at work and somebody's like, yo, I'll pay you 2 times what you paid for that. You can have this vape.
Like,
I'll go to the store.
You
can have the coffee I'm drinking. You want that? You can have this. Dude, you can have this house if the money's right. Everything is for sale except for the family. I love my family, right? Everything. You want this shirt? You can have this shirt. Everything. Now, it's not. I'm not going out of my way to sell it, right? I'm never like, oh, hey, I want to sell these GPUs. Or, hey, I want to. But if you make me an offer I can't refuse. If they're too stupid to go buy it for cheaper, come on over. Sure. Yeah, everything. You can have it all. Anything. You got my bed.
I mean, I'm thinking, like, you know, Sophos 1990 just made a really good point. You know, getting into the 3080s and 3090s, you know, when that 5000 series comes out, and it will come out, you know, what's the play then? Are we going to look at the 30 series cards for mining like we look at the 20 series cards? You know, right now. You know, that's a good question.
I think the 30
chat,
series
what do you think, chat?
In a bull run will still be awesome, because I don't think the 40 series is that impressive, honestly. The 4090's impressive, but that's the only one, and it's so expensive. In the bear run is 2G.
It's so crazy, man.
Imagine in the bull run it's gonna be like 3,000, 3,500. So that's off the table, right? And so the rest of them, who cares about it? It's like 10% better. Ooh, no, it's not worth it at all, in my opinion. You know, in Dreams, sorry to cut you off. Dreams escrow service right now, you could buy 3080s for $170. the blower style, but $170. He's selling 99 of them still. He sold 100 already
3080s.
for $170. Wasn't it 3080s or was it 3070? Let me see. Actually, I don't remember.
Got to be 3070s.
Maybe it was 3070s.
Not 3080s.
Maybe it's 3070. Okay, I'm probably wrong on that. Maybe it's 3070s, but still, $170, bro. I'm saying this guy's, you know, there's so much money to be made, bro. There's
Listen,
so much money
3070s
to be made, bro.
are great cards, very efficient.
So much money to be made.
8 gigs of VRAM though, I think it's going to become. I don't know, man. I don't know. The bus size 3080 seemed to be a better play. Bigger bus, more VRAM.
I don't think you need
them.
VRAM for mining right now. Like
Yeah,
what
but here's
algorithm
the play.
is 8 not good for?
But here's the play though. Like, dude, my vast rigs are making $100 a week right now. I got 1, 2, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 9 cards on vast.
Yeah.
10 with the 3080 I just put on, but it's not rented yet. It's making $100 a week profit. Hold on a second. I want cards that can do both. Because I personally, and I was watching King's live stream earlier, I personally agree with the statement of, I don't think, and I think the Pran said this, or Iowa Crypto Mining, I don't think when GPU mining comes back that there's going to be a huge drop in the AI field. I think they're gonna run simultaneously. They're gonna run parallel to each other.
Yeah, I've been saying that forever. Here's the thing, though. This is I'm so glad you mentioned that because I keep forgetting this.
Right.
AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
These AI rigs, they're making $1 right now. They can't make $2. They can't make $3. They're not going to become $5. They're going to stay $1. In theory, GPU mining, right now you can make 10 cents, 20 cents. $2, you're going to see $3. You could potentially see like $5. I'm not even saying Ethereum numbers, like half of Ethereum number or something like that. When the AI rigs are still stagnant, making $1. Because how could these appreciate? How can the AI rigs go up in value?
Well, it's okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Well,
so
mining has the potential to go up.
Okay. Here's my rebuttal. My rebuttal is that depending on what you have in this rig. Okay, I was talking to a few people in the Discord last night, right when you came in this morning.
Yeah, 5 a.m.
5 a.m. this morning. We're playing CS:GO after trying to get these rigs online, working all night. Depending on the type of rig that you assemble for AI, right? So, for example, like, and King really touches a lot on this. You're going to only get what the rig is worth. But see, with AI, it's different because every component on that machine factors into how much you make. So like right now on Vast AI, my most expensive rig is 32 cents an hour, 4 A4000s with an Epic 7452 Gen 4 NVMe, 128 gigs of RAM. Okay. So it averages, right now I'm staring at it, $6.63 a day for 4 A4000s.
Yeah, so like $1.25.
Okay.
So how does that become $3 though?
It becomes $3 when you get your machine verified or you go to a different platform that pays more. So just like a mining pool, okay?
Like which one can you go? Why would people be on Vast
right now?
then?
Well, see, but that's the thing. Like, so it's kind of a hard question to answer because like right now RunPod pays more for these cards than Vast, but I can't go to RunPod at the moment because I need 1 gig symmetrical internet. I don't have it. Right now I'm at 57 up, 700 down. Right? So I don't have it. They need that. And they want 12 cards of at least with 12 gigs of VRAM each, 1 gig symmetrical, and you have to meet certain things, and then they let you on their platform, and then you get more money. Now on Vast AI, once you get verified, you can get 50% more value, right?
Okay.
So, I mean, it's really like you can't really compare the AI stuff to the mining stuff. Now, what's cool though, and this is really cool, and Vast AI does this, is you can, I think it's a script. This is not my area, guys. I think it's a script. You can write a script in your machine. When it's not rented, it can mine.
Okay.
Now, in the bull run, there were a lot of people doing that because Vast AI has been around since like 2017, 2016, maybe even earlier than that. there were a lot of people that were doing Ethereum and AI stuff, machine learning. So when the machine was not rented, it was just sitting idle, it would mine Ethereum. When it was rented, it got the same numbers or better for that one machine. So it was constantly making money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. But here's the thing too, though, right? You're making 32 cents, right? I think as it grows, people are going to do what they do in all markets, right? Somebody's going to come in and do 30 cents. And then the 32 cents won't be rented eventually over time, right? This is not unusual. Then somebody's, you know what, some jackass going to come in and be like, I'll take 22 cents because he lives in South America. That's what's the long-term play of these, right? And then, because in South America, 22 cents isn't what it is for us. That's huge money. And then this guy in India is going to come over for 11 cents. And then the Americans are going to be like, what the I can't compete with this, right? Because 11 cents for them is huge. You know what I mean? I think that's the long term for these AI. Not AI in general, but like these AI renting things. And then there's going to be another project that comes out, and it's going to be way cheaper. They're going to be like, look at the price of Dynex, Vast AI and all shit. We're the same way Flux came in for AWS and all this stuff, right? They're going to come in and be like, we do this for a third of the price. And I think it's a downtrend.
That's markets, though. That's markets.
But I think it's going to go down over time, where crypto is going to go up. The price appreciates because you're just mining it, right? And so the price of the coin's going up. But what is the price of a Vast AI coin or something?
Well, there's arguments. There's arguments. It's supply and demand. So, you know, what's the okay? So, but on the flip side to that,
say why, Max. He says he disagrees. Say why, Max.
He does, and he has. I know he has a good argument because you can make the same argument with mining. Too much hash rate gets on a network. Then what? Right? With Vast AI, if it's rented, it doesn't matter the demand. You're getting paid for that. So it's either you're on and getting paid or you're not. If you're mining something and the hash rate, you know, quadruples like it did for Kaspa, now you're mining at a loss when your Vast rigs are profitable.
That's the bear run.
Argument.
Like I'm saying, in the bear run, I think the AI stuff's better. In the bull run, I think crypto mining's way better.
I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you, and this is kind of going against your AI argument a little, because I'm telling you, the machine learning, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, and chat may agree, disagree, it's fine. The machine learning demand is only going to increase. It's not going to decrease.
Agreed. That's why it becomes cheaper. Technology doesn't become expensive, more expensive over time.
No, I think so. There's a study that I read, because Tara's looking into this. We have a data center, right? So we do a lot of research into it to see if this is something that we really need to get into. There's actual studies that have been done by colleges and people that are looking into these industries, because there's billions of dollars being invested into these industries right now. By 2035, America is going to need 10 times the data center capacity to keep up. By 2035, 11 years. Well, in a few months.
Max wanted to come in. Here you go, Max. You gotta tag me, man. My Discord, I mute it because I stream all the time, and it shit's annoying when it's like bloop, bloop, bloop. Let's hear. I gotta hear this from Max. This can be exciting. I love hearing Max. He's so handsome. Great hairline too. Let me know when you're in, Max. I don't ever hear the sound. This is a great discussion. I like this kind of stuff. This is fun. You know, see, it's better than the doom and gloom, Hawk. You're always negative.
I mean,
no negativity, baby. There's nothing but money. I agree. There's nothing but money out here, boys. Let's get this money one way or another. Oh, we're waiting on Max. How do I say this? I'm attempting, I don't want to say launch. I'm attempting to create my own crypto. Full disclosure, it's useless. It's a troll. It's a meme. And I will continue to say that along the entire way. You'd be a fool to mine it. But I want to work on creating one. I'm going to call it Troll AI. Yeah, Troll AI. Purpose? None. And I'm going to just try to get it on Trade Ogre. And that's the goal. And it's going to be completely useless. The white paper is going to be like, don't do this. This is useless. No purpose. Nothing. And I'm going to have a big troll on it. But we're going to see what happens with it. And I want to check the progress on a coin that I created. So I think it'd be cool. Max, what is up? Did you just get off work?
He's fired up.
He's
Still
fired
got
up
his
because I
phone
gotta
fired
say
up.
something. All right, I'll turn
He's
the
so
music
fired up right now. I love
I
this.
am
I'm
so
just gonna
fired
mute.
up.
Go ahead.
Tell me, Max.
Oh, okay, so let's take it back to the bull run. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Why did mining become so profitable?
Ethereum
I understand that.
use cases.
No. Very simply, why did this goes back to supply and demand.
Okay.
Why did mining become
Halving?
so profitable?
Bitcoin halving.
GPU shortage.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Okay.
GPU shortage. Because GPUs were so short that the demand for GPUs could not keep up with the profitability, the increase in profitability. Otherwise, we would never have seen the profits that we saw. Not even close.
Valid.
People would have bought GPUs much faster. Okay. So with that in mind, this is no different with AI. No different at all. So let's say that, mining and in crypto, it goes up and mining becomes more profitable. If there are more GPUs to buy, okay, then mining profitability will not go up by much. It'll go up. It'll definitely get to a point where it will definitely be higher, but it will not be to the same extent unless we have another GPU shortage, which is possible because what is NVIDIA focusing on?
AI.
Exactly,
AI.
which means they're not going to make as many cards and they're going to get caught in the situation where they've allocated differently with their manufacturers that they're not going to have enough gaming GPUs in order to meet the mining demand. So we'll end up with another GPU shortage. So yes, mining profitability will go up, but I don't think we're going to see the same GPU shortage because they will be able to react. We won't have a pandemic. The pandemic really helped the
Agreed.
the actual profitability. Okay,
now what would drive the AI stuff to go up?
no, that's where I'm going.
Okay.
So again, we're talking about the same GPU pool. And you know that the demand for AI is going to go up. Now that demand for AI is going to go up at a totally independent rate of what is happening with mining. But they're dealing with the same pool of GPUs. So if mining becomes more profitable, what do you think is going to happen to the pool of GPUs that were on AI? You're going to see some of them shift to mining, which then means that there's lower supply of GPUs for AI, thus driving up the profitability for AI. So you're going to see them both rising tides. Bottom line, it's rising tides raises all boats. It's the same product. Yes, it's a little bit different setup, but the bottom line is the money's going to follow. So if mining becomes more profitable, people are going to start mining, start taking their stuff off of AI and putting it on mining, therefore driving up the price of AI. So if mining becomes more profitable, so will AI.
Okay, I agree if we're talking AI in general, like NVIDIA, Render, like the big dogs, right? I don't know if it's going to trickle down that much to Vast. And you think so? I hope so. I want it to. I want it to, for the record.
Why would somebody, okay, so you guys are making on average about $10 a week per rig, correct? It's an average.
On what?
You just said you had 9.
Like
you're making $100.
That's about right.
Yeah, it's about right.
Okay, so let's just say $10 a rig. Well, if I can make $20 a rig mining, why am I going to keep my rig on AI? I'm going to shift it.
Right.
Now now AI has one less rig because somebody decided that they're going to shift their processing power towards mining because it's more profitable. The profitability is where the hardware will move to. Now, it's not going to happen. I mean, we see this with mining. If there's a significant amount of hash rate on a coin, it takes a little bit of time for the market to actually catch up with what's actually happening. So you'll see like 4 or 5, sometimes even 2 weeks where a coin will actually be more profitable. So during that time when it's more profitable, yeah, there's a slow trickle of, okay, people are realizing it, and eventually it levels out to where it's just maybe a little bit more profitable than the rest or equal with everything else. Eventually that's going to happen. So the same thing will happen with AI.
Wouldn't they just move back though? If they move to GPU and then suddenly the AI becomes profitable, they'll just come right back home, wouldn't they?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Well, in the
Now it's going to be a
softwares-
little bit harder. It's going to be a little harder to move because you're going to have this pull, especially like if you're on something like Vast AI. And now I see like things like, and again, it's not going to be the only player that's like this. But if we take Flux proof of work and the promise of Flux proof of useful work, it's going to be much easier to move, to shift your rigs from one to the other. If you're on a Vast AI where there's reliability factors and other things, you're like, I took all that time to build that reliability. Like, why am I going to just suddenly move that? But at the same time, if you take somebody like King, I mean, have you decided that you're going to stop building rigs, Hawk, or are you going to continue building AI rigs?
At the moment, I'm going to continue at the moment.
Exactly. So my point is that once the mining bull run is here, guys like us who are building AI rigs are going to go, yeah, I'm not going to build my next thing's not going to be an AI rig anymore. Now the next thing I'm going to build is going to be a mining rig. So again, it's also how is the market? So all of a sudden that market's going to stagnate. You're not going to see the increase in rigs because there's going to be more of an increase in rigs in mining. So they're going to balance each other out because they're all working within the same pool of GPUs. That's my argument.
It's a valid argument.
See, what's going to be the game changer, okay? And I know Flux says they're developing this. I know a lot of other companies who say they're developing this, is going to be the GUI or software, okay, that's going to allow you to go back and forth, okay? That is going to be the game changer for GPUs in the next bull run and what project or what company is going to release it. And I can tell you what now, aside from Flux, there are big players already doing it. And I mean big players that are way bigger than Flux that are doing it. Okay. So, and they got a lot more money to spend. So it's going to be a race. I called it the next space race. This is what it's going to be. It's going to be who's going to get to the top of the mountain the fastest. And they're going to be clawing at each other on the way, throwing each other off. They're going to be fighting up the ladder to get to this ladder, to get to the top. So that's what's going to happen. And the beautiful thing about it is we all win because whoever comes out with that software, we're all going to use and we're all going to make the same amount of money depending on the size of the farm you got.
I think Flux and Dynex are in a great position for that because they have the GPU power. You know what I mean? And they can work together as a network, supposedly, from my understanding, right? I think that's
but the key is it's going to be which one of those platforms is going to have the greatest adoption. It's not about what you can do as a platform. It's about who your customers are. If you have more customers than the next guy, it doesn't matter what your technology is. Again, I always go back to this. You know what I'm going to talk about right now?
Let's hear it.
Talk about Uber versus Sidecar.
Right.
Nobody remembers what the hell Sidecar is, but they had better technology. But they did not have more customers and they did not have better marketing. Their marketing was poor. And therefore Uber took off and Sidecar didn't. So the key is going to be how many customers do you have? And if you have more customers than the next guy, people are going to be drawn to your platform and you become a winner because you have drawn those customers in. So we'll see. But regardless, exactly what Hawk just said, regardless, we as the service providers win. Like back in the day when we were doing Uber back in like 2017, 2018, actually 2016,
good year.
We were making bank because the rates were so much higher. So we as service provider, we didn't care whether we were driving for Lyft, Sidecar, or Uber. It was like, where was our profits coming from?
Right.
So same thing here. Us as the service providers, we win because whether we're servicing mining or we're servicing AI, it's still the same pool of GPUs that's going to be available. And we're all going to win as the demand for that product, the services that those products can provide, the value of our services will go up.
Hey, Max, got a question for you. As somebody who was a young man during this time, and me and DJ were probably children and couldn't read yet, we probably could read. But anyway, the point is does this AI race right now feel more like a .com bubble?
No,
No, because there's
No.
someone in the chat said it reminds him of the dot-com bubble. Do you think it's completely different? You don't think it's going to be anything like it?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, does it feel like it right now? No, it doesn't. We're still at the beginning phases. There are similarities because companies, people who are investing in AI aren't looking at profit. They're looking at the promise of the technology that it can be.
Right.
That is a lot of what led to the dot-com bubble. But if you look at, the end of the 1990s before you got to 2000, yeah, there was a lot of really great companies out there with good technology, but there was a point at which they were not going to be profitable. They were building untenable business models. You look at oh gosh, I wish I could remember the name of the there was a grocery service, and I cannot think of the name of the grocery service. But their business model was ridiculous. It was never going to make money. Yeah, so I don't think we've gotten to that point yet.
Definitely.
I think right now we're still at the baby phase of what this technology and the promise of this technology can lead to. And so it's kind of a, like I said, mid 1990s feel. So we're still a good in my opinion, a good 5 to 10 years away from a point at which we might be in a dot-com bubble.
I agree too.
With regard to this technology.
Because like people here, we're in the know to some extent, right? We're interested in it. Average people, the only thing they know is ChatGPT. And until they see the product, the finished product, that's when I'd be like, okay, maybe it's time to think about it. But they don't know. They don't. Oh, AI. Oh, yeah, that sounds cool. Anyways, Netflix. You know what I mean? They're not worried about this kind of stuff. When they all start seeing it in their everyday life all the time, it's like, oh, maybe.
I mean, the other part of it is, are we at a time where VCs are just literally throwing money at something that they don't understand? And I haven't heard that VCs are just throwing money at AI projects. We'll get to that point, and that's when we know that we're starting to head towards or we're already in that technology bubble.
DJ will kind of maybe back me up on this. There's a ETF, I believe it's an ETF. QQQ is its ticker. And that's all tech, and they're all average.
That's the Nasdaq index.
It's a right. It's all tech though, correct?
No, it's all Nasdaq. It's like the top 500
about.
Nasdaq companies, I believe.
I know what you're talking about. Oh my god.
Is it? So maybe I'm not explaining
VIX?
it right. I'm not a stock guy.
Is it VIX?
There's a. You have to find out. There's a fund that just strictly invests in tech. I don't know if it's QQQ or there's another one.
Because QQQ is a lot of tech because it's Nasdaq, and that's where a lot of the big tech companies are. Right. But no, that's not really the definition of that index.
Right. Okay. So sorry, I digress. But the point I'm trying to make is that there's a fund that all they do is invest into these projects and companies. And AI, I saw their commercial too. God, the commercial was on the Fox Business Channel, and because all I watch is the business channels, and I leave it on during the day. And I cannot remember, but they are like huge.
I know you're talking about
into the AI field, like it's all over their commercials. Like it's like, so I think it's starting to trick. I think VC money is starting to trickle in.
Hang on. If it is QQQ, which it may be that you're watching, remember it's a commercial. They're trying to draw investors in. Do they have AI in their fund? Yes, but if you actually look at QQQ, it is a percentage representation of the Nasdaq, the top 500 companies in the Nasdaq, I believe, or some top 1,000. Yeah, anyway, but my point is it's all done by ratios, which means, like, I don't know what the ratio is now, but Apple's has like 20%, and all the huge companies have like 70% of that fund, so that index. So anyway,
I guess when they were talking when I was watching the Business Network, they talk about venture capitalists starting to really buy into these funds and really start making heavy investments. And again, I'm going to kind of go back to Terra a little bit, because we have a data center, and Terra's looking at this, and there's a lot of Terra's got some really big investments coming in now. I mean, we just signed for one actually yesterday, which is really good. We have another one next week that's being signed into. And all these investors care about at this moment is what's going to be. It's not mining. Okay. It's not crypto mining. Not even close. Okay. They all want to know what the technology in the future holds for AI. And any company right now that does anything, supports machine learning, houses the units, could be any aspect that has to do with it, is getting monster investments right now.
Right, but the question is why?
Well, that too.
No, because the reason is because there isn't the supply that the market needs right now.
Right. They think they're getting in early. They're buying sunlight before there was sunlight.
I think they are.
Yeah, they think they're getting in early because they see the demand. That's what's bringing in the investors. Not, it could be a bunch of chickens making eggs. If they think that there's going to be this huge demand for chicken eggs going to the future, they would be buying chicken farms. Okay, so that's the difference. Back in when it was the .com bubble, they were just buying in because it was the thing to do. It was like, I gotta be in it because this is the next big thing. But they weren't thinking about the finance. They were thinking about the technology and thinking big picture. Well, what could this be? No, in this particular case, they're buying in because they know the demand is going to be there, and therefore they're looking at it from the financial perspective. That's the huge difference.
And also, I think, like, if I look at the S&P 500, it hasn't gone parabolic. Like, we're still in a bear market, clearly. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say we're in a bubble at all. Like, if you're looking at the economy, we're definitely not in a bubble. Definitely, there's certainly a lot of interest, but it's going to be way bigger than this. Way
so
bigger.
I'm honestly, like I've been saying before, I really believe we're in a recession. We just don't know it. It's like the first quarter of a recession, you never know it until later on. I'm seeing the signs. You start hearing of layoffs every day. Are you starting to see and hear from friends that are being laid off? All of these things, we're in a recession. I'm telling you, the stock market is gonna take a hit shortly.
We can't be, Max. They changed the definition. Remember, we can't be.
I know what you're saying, but this will be big enough that they can't change. I know they can't change the definition. I know we were in a small, very, very small recession. You know, one that was by all measures was not a significant one. They were less than 1%. I think in the second quarter of that recession, but it was still a recession. No question it was a recession, but we came out of it really quick. But again, why did we come out? Because some of the financial things that were done, but now because inflation has kicked up,
I'm hoping
we're headed there.
I would love another major dip, panic dip, as I got cash on the side. I'm waiting for it, man. I'm ready to pounce.
I think you're going to see it.
I want
in my
it,
opinion,
man.
because I mean, what happens? Remember, the stock market is usually a foreteller of a oncoming recession, where you actually, we're in a recession. Well, the recession, or what's the definition of recession? 2 negative quarters of GDP. That's the definition. Okay.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can argue about what the definition is, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's the baseline definition.
That's the baseline definition. So you'll only hear about it after it's already occurred. That's 6 months after we've had negative growth. So what normally happens? Usually during that first quarter of what we now would then know, it goes down. What are you pointing up?
I thought it goes up and then it gives like false hope and then it goes down.
Well, yeah, sometime during this quarter, I believe it'll go down.
Because we had.
Hope so, man.
So what defines getting out of the recession? When do you okay, sorry, let me rephrase the question. What markers then are the, like, okay, well, you can Max, you can look at the market, you can look at the stocks, and you can look at all the facts, and you can say, okay, now we're out of it.
Well, typically what you normally see from my recollection anyway, is that you'll start to see the Fed, which says, okay, we've done enough damage, and then they start easing because now they realize we're in a recession. That's and inflation has come down, so they're going to start easing, and the market responds to that usually in a fairly big way, and that's when the market starts to come back.
I think 22.
I'm seeing like, fourth quarter in first quarter again, because I feel like this is a somewhat of a manufactured recession
Right.
because
Took the
of
words right
the
out of my mouth.
inflation.
And 2020.
Right. Well, that's true. That is very true. But I
Both.
think that this could be a very short 2-quarter recession, like I said, manufactured on purpose, and that we will come out of it relatively quickly, and you'll start to see easing. I'm actually starting to think what Pat had said was that he would think we'd start seeing easing in second quarter, and I'm starting to lean towards. I thought it would be like maybe January, February. Now I'm thinking probably closer to April when we start seeing easing.
I was watching Chump Change. I can't remember what day because he's like he's live every day. I think it was today though. And one of the videos he was watching, they mentioned, isn't it funny that the Bitcoin halving is the same years as the election? And I was like, I never thought of that. Every 4 years,
true.
every 4 years. And that kind of crazy to think
Coincidence,
of.
maybe.
Is it though, or was it intentionally made?
I mean,
We'll never know. It's kind of crazy to think about though.
it's the unknown. I mean, there are a lot of coincidences, man. I mean, sometimes but there was a lot of monkey wrenches that were thrown into this whole, like, the markets. 2020 was not that came out of nowhere, affected the whole world, and we were up here then. You know what I mean? So it was. Then you got the massive spending that Max was talking about, right? Like that was, oh my God, like all that money and stimulus bills here, printing and printing and printing. But Max, see, here's my question though, and this is probably going to be a rhetorical question because I don't think anybody has this answer. You can only print so much money and then knock the interest and then create this cycle of raising interest rates so many times. Like, when does this cycle stop? Because we've done this a lot in history as a country, right? Where inflation will skyrocket, they'll raise the interest rates, it'll drop down, right? And then they'll come down, and then it goes back up again, and then we raise the interest rates, and then we drop it down again, and then it levels out. Like, when does this cycle eventually implode? When does it doesn't? So you think it's everlasting?
Well, yeah, that's the cycles of the economy. Now,
Right.
what we had for a very long period of time was a very long period of time of low interest rates,
You guys dancing?
which was pretty
No.
amazing.
Right.
We kept inflation low. That was very unusual. If you look through history, it has not been that way. We've normally seen these cycles during the economy where they have to, but again, I think part of it was that we had really good leaders of the Fed. And I think this latest cycle the latest cycle was obviously driven by government spending. That's where we really, caught this big, tailwind of, economic stimulus. And
It was such a bad position for the government to be in.
it
though.
was.
Because
Again, this is not political. I don't
No, it's
care if
not.
you're Democrat or Republican.
It's not political.
Bottom
No, it's not
line
political. It's money.
is that everybody was saying we have to spend money because this is
There was no way out of
unprecedented.
it.
Hasn't happened in more than a century.
Right.
All these things, like, what do we do? Nobody knew exactly what to do. All people knew was we have to do what's right for our citizens, whether it was the US or other countries, which was we have to make life livable in this horrible situation that we're in right now.
Well,
So I'm just hoping that this hasn't become a habit, so that what will really kill us in this recession is if Congress says, oh, we got to spend, $3 trillion to get us out of this recession because people are hurting. I'm not saying there won't be any economic stimulus. There probably will. But to the extent that it happened during it was something that we've now done, and it was only done recently. So now people are like, oh, well, if I get laid off or run into a personal situation that's similar to the pandemic, even though the circumstances around why this is happening is completely different, they're going to expect the same response. And again, we know as we're heading into a year of election, it's all about getting reelected. So if you live in an area that your people are specifically hurt, you're going to be pushing for more and more spending to help your congressional district. And honestly, anytime you can spend money and your congressional district gets a benefit, that puts you ahead of the next guy that's trying to run against you. So that's what scares me about this. If we just let the recession run its course and let the Fed do their job, we'll come out of this stronger as an economy, and we'll be back to low interest rates, which will help our skyrocketing debt payment.
Right.
But we'll see if smarter minds prevail.
I think a lot of people leading out of 2020 and after all this money that was spent, I think a lot of people didn't realize how fragile our economy is. They didn't realize it. And I don't think the government realized it. I think they were asleep at the wheel a little bit. I think they realized it.
Thank you. We love the government.
Well,
here.
Okay, I'm sorry. The finance people who wear the fancy suits and walk around our nation's capital, those people. Okay, so
we love you. Thank you for the support.
No, but seriously, I don't think anybody could have prepared for what happened. So
No.
I think, logically speaking, there was damned if you do and damned if you don't. If you didn't print the money and you let the economy collapse, it would have took 20 years to recover, right? If you printed the money, it's a Band-Aid, and it might take 5 years to recover. Okay? I think there was kind of like this, what do we do? Because I remember, watching TV, and they're just fighting in Capitol Hill. They're just fighting about it. Like, we don't need to spend it. It's too much money. It's too much money. And the one guy that we had in office at that time, who is a businessman who knows money, I don't think even he would agree, and he's not a spender. He would agree that we have no choice. There's no choice. Certain countries didn't do what we did, and they will take a whole 20 years, 25 years to recover. A lot of this doesn't get in the news. There are countries that didn't do what we did. And if our country went down economically, it would have been a worldwide, with a worldwide depression, not recession, depression. Okay? Where the whole market system would have collapsed. So
I think right now, being as we're only like 3 years out from the start of it, not even from the end of it, I think history still is out on how we'll be judged for this period of time and what was done.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. I mean, if you look back on history and different things that happened in history, they are judged differently now than they were back then. And that's what I'm really curious to see what happens, because more facts come out and more information about how the economy was affected by different things. And once you see, 5, 10, 15, 20 years beyond that, you have a different perspective on what was done and how you can learn from that. And that's why, this, that's why we have to look at history, because we have to learn from our history so that we don't repeat the same mistakes.
I've had enough. Crypto time. Anyway, Hawk, your pizza is disgusting. And
it's not.
Look how nasty your pizza looks behind you, dude.
What's wrong with my pizza, man?
Dude, do you leave the crust? Like, you disgusting person.
No, I don't.
It looks like 4 pieces that are like half eaten, all thrown on top of each other.
Does anybody think that was funny that he talks about, we need to talk about crypto, but before we do, we're going to talk about
my pizza.
This pizza's been bothering me all evening. Just looking at this disgusting. If it was a whole pizza, it'd be cool, or like half of. It looks like 4 pieces that you left the crust.
I don't question you on your vape pen, okay? Like,
what's wrong with this vape pen?
Just give me your man. Just mail me your man card. Just mail it over. Hand it over.
I want to know, like, how often you have to wipe off the sticky juice off of all your.
Yeah. So
boxes.
Funny story. There was I had swapped police cars once with a guy who vaped in the police car. Okay, all night long.
Oh, that's
all
awesome.
right?
What a guy.
There's a song that says that's all night long.
I know.
Anyway.
And the soot that was all over the controls. I actually was like, yeah, I'm not driving this car. They actually had to replace all the controls, and they banned vaping in police cars at my department. Because
you should have had the window crack.
It still floats
it
around.
Doesn't matter.
It's denser than air. It's gonna fall.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Patrick Murphy had an amazing statement here, though. I need to read it.
All right, let's hear it.
Because this was pretty cool. He goes, "Oh, I have an idea. Let's invade Canada, take them over. Not a ton of debt, but spread out our existing debt over the population base. Solved. Murphy for president 2024. I'm voting." Damn Canadians would take their power, their cheap power too.
Listen,
You hear that, Panda?
yeah, they're so lucky, man. Their power is so cheap. Vape
Some areas, yeah.
is saving my life, all right? Because I got addicted to cigarettes because when I was deployed, they would give us 3 cartons, not the army, but like the nation we were with, to say thank you to us. They would give all of us 3 cartons every week.
Thank you.
And it was rude to not take them. And I was like, I don't smoke. I had smoked previously, like 6 years prior, but there was nothing else to do. So we started chain smoking this strong ass Middle Eastern tobacco. And ever since, yeah, I was addicted to nicotine. So I was like, okay, these cancer sticks are killing me. I can feel it, bro, like killing my body. Ever since I've been vaping, good, man. I can run like I used to when I was young. Not saying it's good for you, but
Look up popcorn lung.
you ever looked up lung cancer?
Yeah.
I'll take popcorn lung.
I'm not advocating for the other one either.
Yeah, I don't
I'm just
advocate
saying.
either, but I'll take vape.
Yeah, of
Nation.
course.
Vape
It's
Nation.
just commercials. Truth. Remember the Truth commercials?
Yeah.
Remember those? Truth. Hold up the thing, point at you.
You ever
Yeah.
seen? I want to get back to crypto though, but you ever
Let's
seen?
go. Okay,
You ever
crypto
seen the
cigarettes, go.
comparison of like a cigarette that goes through like a 1-gallon jug through a machine? They did it for like a couple days versus the cigarette, like vape versus cigarette. Oh my god, you got to see this on YouTube, bro. The cigarette
Well,
is
a
disgusting.
vape is, well, yeah, vape is water vapor.
Yeah,
a
not-
cigarette is just.
Not
you're
saying it's
burning
good for
chemicals.
you, but it's way better than a cigarette, that tar. Anyways, all right, crypto. Max, I asked Hawk this earlier today. Timmy has $5,000. He is new. He is trying to make it big. What are we invested in? Anything you want. Any method you want.
I want to see if Max is answering.
But he wants the most money possible. He's young.
See, I have a different mindset than some Timmys though, because I've always been a conservative investor. If I'm gonna take what I'm thinking is what I think is a relative sure thing and the biggest to gain, and I only had to pick, and I was only allowed to pick one. That's the other thing.
You pick whatever you want. 5Gs.
I'd put it on Solana.
Solana. Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because the Visa thing?
It had, well, yes, because it's all about adoption.
Yeah.
It's all about adoption. And when was the last time we heard of the chain going down? And I should say, even before we say that, do the people that have adopted Solana really suffer if the chain goes down for 10 minutes?
Probably not.
Really?
Red Panda's
They
here.
can survive. So that's why there's a lot of, and actually your friend Andy was in my ear. He also talked about that. He's like, yeah, if you look at a lot of these projects that are DPIN projects, they are using the Solana network. Now there are some that are using Cadena and Matic. So there are others, but I would say Solana is the winner in that derby of adoption. So just because of the increase in adoption, again, Ethereum has
valid.
adoption,
Very
but we're
valid.
talking about, you're talking about taking a small company that can grow, quintuple in size versus Ethereum that has reached not saturation, but it's not going to grow at the same rate as a Solana, I think, at this point. So
I'm looking at the chart.
If I was going to pick one, that would be the one I would pick. Now, interesting, for full disclosure,
time.
I have no Solana right now. I did have Solana, but I had to cash out to take care of a few things. So I did cash out of Solana. I basically got out of a lot of my DPIN. So I sold my Helium. I sold my DIMO. I sold my Hive Mapper.
You sold your demo? Really?
I did.
What? Dude, man, the demo's been so good for me.
Oh, no. I didn't sell the hardware.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, yeah, no, I sold my demo.
I sold the
token.
crypto.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that I was going to say.
Yeah, no.
Demo's
God,
so
I'm not
good.
crazy.
So
Yeah,
good.
it
It's
is.
free money. It's so good.
I know. It is the easiest money you'll ever make, honestly.
I love my demos, man.
Now,
So-
I will say that the amount of demo I make is a lot less than when I first started.
Yeah,
That's
for
for sure.
Well,
But
never
eventually
know.
when it goes in the when it goes up in the bull market,
Yeah.
it'll be making a lot more.
Yeah. Actually, this Monday, both of mine will be level 3. And then I think I have 5 weeks left on one of them to hit level 4. I'm excited. But no, Solana, I think is a fantastic pick, to be honest with you. I just looked at the last 12 months. It's still down 30%. I mean, I think the upside is massive. Do I like Solana personally? No, but I love money, right? So I think
Max,
Solana's an excellent.
Now if I took one of my holdings and said, or I took my holdings and said, which one do I think has the greatest potential? I would say Cardano.
Okay, I can see that.
And another
And
reason,
obviously,
I
and
can
then
see
of course
Cardano.
the real, I'd say a little bit of a long shot at this point, as far as whether it be the best or not of all of those, obviously it's Flux.
see,
And I should say obvious. It's Flux in my mind.
I was
By
with
the
you
way-
till then. Go ahead, Hawk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just to piggyback what you said about Solana, the last time the network went down was February 25th of this year for 18 hours and 15 minutes, but it's been running since February. No issues.
To hit on
Just
Max,
they've throwing a fat act
And they
out
have been
there.
working. There's development going on. They're not sitting on their hands. You're showing that they are working on their project to make it better.
to hit on your point, this is a really important one, right? Again, taking personal feelings aside, just thinking about the money. It's all over the news. What has the most potential to be on the news? Solana's always on the news, man. Polygon, right? Or AKA Matic, always on the news. Adoption, customers, it is out there. It is well known. And if and when something crazy happens and the bull run comes, it's going to be on the chart. Like they show Bitcoin, Ethereum, they show Polygon, they show Solana, they show Avalanche recently, a couple things. But you're never going to see.
Chainlink's another one, actually.
What was the other one?
Chainlink's another one that I think will
Chainlink?
do really well. I just don't know. I don't know a lot about it, but yeah, that would be another one that I think is a great one to invest.
I think ADA. I think Cardano is a good investment. I hold a little bit
They
of
talk
it.
a lot about Cardano, XRP. They talk about.
Well, because Charles Hodgkinson, he goes to Congress, man, and he talks to these people and he helps like drive it. He gets on TV, gets on the business channels, like talks about what's going on. There's a lot of people. I actually met somebody at Mining Disrupt, Dennis Porter, and he was actually interviewed by. You were there, duh. Hobbyist miner and BBT, and he goes around educating governments and companies on Bitcoin and how crypto needs to be integrated into the economy, like, all kinds of cool stuff. So, and he's like, it's the education that we're missing in this field, man. It really is, like, and if Solana and these projects like Cardano, aside from like Ethereum and Bitcoin they're mentioning, are going to go out there and get on the channels and talk and drive more adoption, it's just going to lead, like, look, my entry to crypto was a coin called Zombie Inu. Okay, that's what it was called, Zombie Inu. Yep.
that?
Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys created a coin called Zombie Inu. All right, and my friend that works in music had worked with him, and I actually got to talk to him on a FaceTime call. I could show you the picture. I actually took a screenshot. But anyway, he's the one that got me into crypto, and that led me into learning about Bitcoin, about Flux, about all this other stuff, and then I got into mining. And so Solana and all these other cryptos that people see on TV could be their barrier into crypto, and then they start doing their own research into the field. Like, we need more of that.
And I think I don't like proof of stake on a personal level, right? I don't. But that being said, it markets really well, right? Like proof of work, besides Bitcoin, doesn't market well, unfortunately, right? To your average person, they're not looking up YouTube. They're not watching our channels and stuff, right? They're just seeing what they see on Bloomberg or whatever. Proof of stake saves the environment, whether it's true or not, right? We don't have to get into that, but that's what they're seeing. Right. So I think proof of stake is just so marketable, man. And then the big dogs want to get behind it because they're like, oh, I'm saving the environment, or I'm helping the environment, still getting involved in crypto. Again, whether it's true or not, it sells. Right.
Well, a proof of work layer, a good proof of, like Ethereum, when they were proof of work with a layer 2, a great layer 2 solution, can really appeal to the masses. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do things with the network. Since Ethereum went proof of stake, what other networks right now that have a good layer 2 that people can put stuff on like you can Ethereum? A lot of people are looking for that next one. I know Cadena is an option for a lot of people. I know Ergo is out there trying to do something, which I'm really curious still on what happened to their Twitter. And then
Did you hear about that, Max?
yeah, did you hear about that?
They deleted
their Twitter is gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That's the same reaction I had. Like, literally, I did the whole face thing too.
I shouldn't say it was deleted.
exactly.
I don't know what happened. Maybe Twitter deleted it. I have no idea exactly what happened, but it's gone. That's all I know.
Is this the same one that they like took over from ETC?
Yep.
Yeah.
That one's gone.
There's one right now that is Ergo Sigma Knots,
Yeah.
and it's
Like
at
50K?
Sigma Knots, and that's got 60,000 followers on it.
Is there any explanation on there, like any posts or anything that say, hey, this is what happened?
There was a post. It didn't really.
It says, says
explain
right here.
though.
It says, I feel like Ergo platform finally broke up with his long-term girlfriend and just walked into the game after missing it for 5 years with a pack of beers, a partial smile, and a nod. LFG Ergo.
Yeah.
They got a lot of shit for that
Kinda
Twitter
weird.
account, man.
Kind of weird.
But they did. They got a lot of shit for that Twitter account. They really did. Like, and it was relentless. It was every day relentless, because I was talking to CW, and then CW has left Ergo. I just got that news tonight too. And you know,
who left Ergo?
CW. Remember the 2 interviews I did for Ergo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not with the project anymore. Personal reasons. I'm not sure, but hope he's okay. But you know, when I asked him off camera, because I'm not gonna ask him during an interview, but off camera, I said, "What's up with the Twitter thing?" He goes, "Dude, it was every day, almost like every day, like, and maybe a bad decision on the Ergo team. Maybe it would have been, hey, thank you, but no thank you. Probably would have went a little bit further with people, in my opinion, for taking that, because you're basically, it's like I don't have a lot of respect personally. Like, there are people who do this as an industry where they'll sell like Twitter accounts, they'll sell YouTube accounts, and then overnight the brand changes and everybody's like, well, what the hell? When was I subscribed to this? It's actually a thing, you know. And a lot of people were claiming like Ergo didn't earn that network of people on that Twitter account. Like, it was 400,000 followers that were following the original Ethereum Classic Twitter account. So I don't know. So Hobbyist
like
Miner said,
"Go ahead."
Oh, I'm sorry. I was want to read what he said.
It would be like if I was. I cut you off. Go ahead. My bad.
Dude, it's fine. He said, I had some long conversations at Cypherpunk about this. It's an active marketing strategy in the YouTube crypto space. Companies, content creators, people buying accounts with loads of followers. Sorry, go ahead, DJ.
Yeah. It would be like if tomorrow on Red Panda Mining's channel you saw me, and I'm like, "What's going on, guys? DJ Mines here." And you're just like, what the fuck's going on?
We know it happens because Mr. Beast was offered some crazy number. Linus was offered money for his channel. Wasn't it something like $100 million or some crazy number? Like, I don't know. But anyway, good on Ergo. If Ergo really did wash their hands with it and says, you know what, we're just, you know, if this is what's going to make people have faith in our project again and know that we don't want that stigma, then they got rid of it and went back to their original Twitter account, then kudos to Ergo for doing good things. I know a lot of people are bullish on Ergo. I like Ergo as a project. I think they got a great brand. I think they're trying to do great things. When I was talking to CW in the last interview, if you guys want to catch that, it's on my YouTube channel. What they were doing then, and this was a few months ago at least, was awesome. Like, they were trying to really incorporate things in everyday people's lives, and I like the Ergo project. But then again, it comes down to this feeling that I have about these community projects. Like, you need leadership. We need leadership in these projects, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently looking at the Ergo Discord, and
Right.
you look at announcements, and the last announcement was September 24th, and that's regarding their like dev update.
Right.
I'm still
But-
holding like 50 Ergo. You know, I'm just waiting to the bull run. If something happens, cool. If not, it's fine. I've already kind of written off Ergo. Good luck to them. I hope they do well.
I think Ergo has a lot of potential,
Yeah.
honestly.
I do too.
I mean, whether or not they, follow through with that, but I think they have a lot of potential as a platform.
As a platform, yeah. I mean, there was that one situation where the guy from Ergo, I don't know, some issue between him and Son of a Tech. A lot of drama in bear markets, man. Like, this is my first bear
Hell
market.
yeah.
Like, this is my first bear market, and let me tell you something.
Drama.
Like everybody's got to, as DJ would say, sack the fuck up quit being a bunch of fucking babies and just ride the wave, man. Like everybody's just so pissed. But I remember a little bit of what happened with that one dude in Son of a Tech, and I think he kind of crossed the line a little bit with Son of a Tech. And like, we're angry as crypto miners and service providers, and then these project developers are also pissed off because now they're not getting paid as much.
To be
So,
fair,
everybody's
Son of a Tech
mad. It's a hurricane.
Pokes the bear a lot. Not just he is
Yeah, but that's his
a bear
job.
poker.
That's his job as a
he
YouTube
does.
influencer. He's interviewing the guy.
No, not
Right.
that. Like he'll go on Twitter. I like Son of a Tech for the record. That's my friend. I'm just saying though. He'll go on Twitter and at them be like, "What the fuck is this, you motherfucker?" That I'm like, "Oh shit."
He pokes the
he
bear,
pokes.
but the response was a below the belt.
Okay.
The
All right, I
response
didn't
was
see
below the belt.
response. I'm not sure.
It
Okay.
was. I saw it. It's private. I'm not going to get into it. But it was a little bit below the belt.
Fair enough.
And it was just
as
uncalled
YouTubers. Yeah, as YouTubers, you guys probably know a little bit more about our personal business than you guys need to. And that's not on you guys. That's on us. We share. And
Right.
yeah, and Son of a Tech is known to share things about his personal life, good or bad. And it sounds like, I didn't see the statement, but it sounds like he poked at his personal life.
Yeah. I mean,
that's not cool. That's never cool.
No, it's not cool at all.
I mean, but you know what though? Let me ask you this question: when reporters are out there and harassing people, putting microphones in their faces and asking hard questions, ain't no difference.
No.
You get the same reaction from people on the street when you're getting followed around with a camera. I mean, I saw Bruce Willis take a camera from a paparazzi, smash it on the concrete. I saw that with my own eyes. I saw that in LA.
Oh, I'd do that too. If somebody had a camera in my face, and I didn't
I mean,
want
so
it,
what's the
if I didn't
difference,
want it.
though? What's the difference if a
Well,
YouTuber asks? You're just getting the
I'll tell you
camera
the
smashed
difference. I'll tell you the
figuratively on Twitter.
I'll tell you the difference. Like what I do is I just block. Like if somebody is talking crazy on Twitter, I go, actually, I'll reenact it for the stream. You might not be able to see this.
Panda makes a good point. He says, I never call out anyone. Just a waste of
I
time.
just go like this. I click
It is a
here
waste of
and I
time.
go to block, and then that's it. And then I'll never talk to them again. I don't give a shit. So it's different, right? In real life, they're in your face. Like, what can you do? You know what I mean? I could see that. I could see, get that thing out my face. Dude, get that out my face. Bam! I could see that.
Yeah, I mean,
I think,
people get upset. I mean,
Just block.
if we're, since we're talking about Panda, I mean, remember when he said, "Hey, let's all collude and move all of our hash rate to a single pool to show Ethereum"? Remember that?
I do. And
I
then
do.
they didn't do it.
No, but you don't understand how much crap he took from non-miners. There was.
see, I didn't remember.
I remember.
I don't remember that. I wasn't
I
around.
was
then.
driving in my car listening. I remember that day. I remember exactly where I was.
Just, I don't know, man. It's too much. It's like too much. Like, listen,
That was during a bull market.
Yeah, I remember that.
right.
Yeah, I remember that.
God.
That was awesome. But they didn't do it, so it wasn't as awesome. But the idea was cool.
The idea was cool, and
Idea was
it made sense that, and honestly, the ability for us to do it, I think we would have
Yeah.
shown how little power we really had. I don't think we would have been able to do it, honestly, because it was a big ask. It was
It
a
was.
huge ask.
Well,
Because
well,
you had
ready
all
to
the
get in on
farms.
it.
The farms
I
weren't
remember.
going to move.
Son of a Tech had something similar with it. They called it the Great Hash Rate Migration. He
Right.
tried to do something similar.
Right.
Yeah, I participated
And
in that. Yep.
So did I.
Yeah, I
So
did too.
It was a good cause.
I actually did a video on it, and it's just, you know, man, like just the drama and all this stuff. Like everybody forgets, man. Like, you know, and I'm not sticking up for projects here because there are a lot of shit projects, and I don't like how some of the projects respond. And you guys can put the pieces together there and how they talk to other people and content creators. But I will say this, you know. There used to be my old field training officer used to tell me something, and I remember it was 8 years ago. He said, "Don't feed the trolls. Eventually, they'll die of starvation." So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know how to let go of their ego in this space. I see that a lot.
Hang on, it's in any space. It's in
Yeah,
any
Correct.
In life.
business
In life.
owner who's used to
It
doing
is.
things the way that they're used to doing things. And they
And-
don't like being told that I have a different opinion and I have a better way I think you can do things. Nobody likes that when you are a business owner and you're used to doing things the way you do things.
And
I don't care what business you're in.
You're right, Max.
Yeah, it's true. Somebody told my grandmother that her roasted peppers that she peels by hand and cooks them sound like they came out of a can, and she wanted to throw a can at them.
Damn. See, I think it's different too for a lot of these projects as well, because they put the blood, sweat, and tears into it. They know what goes behind
Yeah.
it. They are attached to it.
Yeah, you got to put yourself in their shoes.
Right.
They
Yeah.
are like they live, breathe, bleed the projects that they're involved
100%.
in. And like I said, that's what I'm saying. It's any business,
Yeah.
any
sure.
crypto project, whatever you're involved in, whatever you've put your blood, sweat, and tears into, and then somebody comes in and goes,
This is shit.
yeah, you're doing it wrong.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna
there's a
touch
right
on
way.
this.
There's a right way to respond. Exactly what you just said. Don't feed the trolls.
Don't feed the trolls.
Yeah, I appreciate your opinion. I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna continue doing things the way I'm doing it. But hey, you be you, I'll be me, and then that's a totally different way of going. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's when we get the drama.
I'm gonna talk about the elephant in the room. And
Oh God.
You
I'm
sure
gonna
you
talk
want
about
to?
What is it?
Yes, I'm gonna talk about Flux for a second. Hear me out. Hear me out. No,
Okay.
nothing
All right,
negative.
go ahead.
No, I mean
You
just
can say,
real.
I don't
not
care if it's
negative.
negative. I don't work for Flux.
I'm
I
just
like
be-
Flux,
I'm-
but go ahead.
I'm just being real. This is a project that has come around to all our channels, supported us, come around, live streams, talked. I mean, all this hype, right? We've hyped up the Flux project. We've helped. Now they're saying 1 year until proof of useful work is rolled out. That's what they're saying.
Hang on.
Fully rolled
Hang
out.
on, hang
Okay,
on.
go ahead.
You got to get the source. Okay, this is from the developer, and I'm not saying the information's wrong. What I'm saying is that this is from the developer, not the marketing, and the definition of what 1 year is. That means he was defining that as fully rolled out to
Right.
what their vision is.
Okay.
So will they have something else rolled out? I'm not saying they're not gonna, or they are gonna. I'm just simply stating you have to take it in the context that the statement was made. That's all I'm saying.
Alex, what are you doing, man?
Right.
Still
So,
working?
with that said, go ahead. Sorry.
All I'm saying is that it appears from the outside looking in, generally speaking, Flux is falling behind the 8 ball a little bit. They're just falling behind a little bit.
I'm showing
Now,
behind the
here's-
scenes footage while you guys talk. I've never released this video, actually. I haven't even created it.
I think Flux has an entire community that would be more than happy. I mean, look, here's the cool thing about our community. Let me back up for a second. Forget Flux, forget any other project. Let's just say in general, this whole community is, I would say 98% of the people that watch us involved in Discords are all helpful. I've reached out to this community hundreds of times and gotten help when I needed it. If I'm a project, okay, and I'm not going to say struggling, but I'm developing, something, and there's tons of smart people in this community. Why can't we reach out to this community for help? Flux has the respect from, in light of recent events, with Twitter and X and Dan and stuff, still has respect from the majority of like content creators and people that'll support them. Why can't they just put out what they have now and let the community help them figure this out? We're a community project, right? We're doing this, we're doing that. Reach out to your support system and help, because apparently it's moving too slow. It's moving too slow. There's no demo, there's nothing. They're claiming to have a benchmarking tool that just gives you basic information. We'll put that out, right? Same thing goes for any other project. Reach out to these people. And I've said this on a couple live streams already. Give this community something. Let this community work for you. I've said this to them. I think it's a positive thing. There's a lot of smart people here. There's a lot of smart people here. And
Honestly, okay, so I don't disagree with what you're saying. There is, and unfortunately, from what I've seen, there isn't a formal process like Ethereum has EIPs. They have the ability where anybody can write up an EIP and to put the code behind what they're developing, put it in front of the, I don't know, it was the Ethereum Foundation, but anyway, put it in front of the consensus of people deciding what's going to go in and not go into a fork. And so they have a very formal process. Ethereum has a very formal process to that. I don't see that in Flux, but with that said, it is open source. So people do have the ability to write code on it and make suggestions. and hopefully they take those. And I'll give you an example. During the presentation of SSP, which is their
Right.
new wallet, I had proposed, I'm like, hey, you're talking about doing a second factor authentication from using your phone. Using your phone as that device. But we know that people have been able to SIM swap and actually get access to your device. Their response was, well, that's why you have both. You have the key that's on your computer and you have that. And I'm like, okay, but what happens if somebody gets access to your computer, similar to what happened with you, DJ, and is able to get access to both? So can that happen? Yes. Is it likely? Maybe not very likely. So it's still secure. It just has that. So I said, well, have you ever thought about, integrating with YGIYPT? And they're like, yes, but no, it's not what we're going to do in the first stage of this. I'm like, okay. And the response to me was, hey, if anybody wants to come in, it's open source. You can come in and write the code for this and we'll take a look at it. But again, I don't know the formal process around that. Maybe there is one. I just haven't seen it. So, but there is the ability, because it is open source, to provide development to Flux, and hopefully they would take it seriously.
See, I respectfully disagree, Hawk, because I look at the bear market as building. And yeah, if they launch it right now, I mean, it could be a big deal. I mean, there's only so many people interested at the moment anyways. I would rather...
you gotta launch it.
Yeah. Even I don't know. I don't really like seeing things that are like half-assed or like quarter done. I'd rather take this bear market phase. Most people, I mean, look at the content creators, right? You get like one live stream a day, maybe through the whole internet, right? I don't know. It's very slow right now. I think this is a great time to perfect your trade. And then closer to the bull run, the halving and shit, maybe we can launch it, or right after. There's a lot of excitement. I think it's a good.
So here's the,
but even
if you guys don't think that these same conversations are happening in the background at Flux, you're fooling yourself. Yeah. They have differences of opinion about what to roll out, what not to roll out, and all that. The decision has been made at this point. From what I've seen is that they're going towards the end product. All of their efforts are going towards that end product of ease of use, so that both somebody coming in and putting their job on, they don't have to be like, okay, I need to go through the vast AI. I need to search, what card do I want to put this on? I'm not even sure. Maybe I'll put it on a 3080. Maybe I'll put it on a 4090. I don't know. Well, let me look. That all takes a humongous amount of time to decide which one of the available rigs you want to rent and what price is it at. All of that takes time. That what they're trying to get past is that they're trying to say, look, just tell us what the job is. We'll figure out the best place to put it. We'll tell you the price.
DJ, you're saying bear market, right? This is not the time to put stuff out.
It's the time to build.
This is the perfect time for them to put out something and have the community respond, because the people that are here now are the people who truly care about that project. You don't do it in the bull run when half the people in their Discord are just going to be there to see what's going on and when they can buy and when they can sell. The people that are here now, a part of this community, are the people that are here for the long term. That's fair to say. Nobody sticks around.
It's fair to say, but in the
this is when you ask the community for help, though, Mac. This is when you ask. You put out something and you say, hey, look, we may not have the budget, or we're running into this problem. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Because if you do that and you actively show development, you're going to have a lot more. I'm just speaking in general, not just for Flux. You're going to have a lot more. You're going to have a lot more faith, and people are going to say, okay, cool. Slow start, but this is what they got rolled out so far. And they're asking the community for opinions.
You've heard the term. I'm sure you've heard the term. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Correct. Not too many chiefs, not enough Indians. I say it all the time at Terra.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but the point
No. That's a different saying. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians is completely different than what I said, which is too many cooks in the kitchen.
Sorry, Dad.
But not too many chiefs means you got too many people trying to decide what to do, not enough people doing it. With too many cooks in the kitchen is saying, I got too many people with differing opinions, and we're basically analysis through paralysis, and you end up not doing anything. So is there a happy medium, and where does that balance out to? But the thing is that if you have a very focused effort with a few number of developers, they can just develop. and move things forward at a quicker rate than having 10 times the amount. Trust me, I've seen it. I was a product manager for a network management product at Motorola, and I'm telling you, it was like the amount of effort that was put forth to put forth this little of a product was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, because we argued most of the time, because we're arguing about what was most important, what was being developed, what was hard, what was easy, instead of actually just doing the development.
And that's the problem with community projects. That's the problem too with community projects. No leadership.
That's my point is that there's extremes.
Right.
The question is for this project, where does that lie on the spectrum of those extremes? And what's the right answer? But my point is that what you're proposing isn't wrong. What I'm proposing is that has its own set of problems. So
right.
that's
I
what
mean,
they would have to have a whole set of people that were all about, how do I take in all of this? How do I manage the GitHub of all these community inputs? It means that they'd have to multiply the number of people that they actually have working on the project just to manage all that input of things that probably 90% of the time is something that they don't want, to get the 10% that they do. Is that worth the effort? Like I said, I'm sure that they've had these conversations. This is basic. It's basic software development with a community twist.
Right.
I don't know how many developers they have. I don't think it's many, to my knowledge.
I have a few.
Yeah,
like 60 people that work for the project.
Yeah, but most of them aren't the developers. You know what I mean?
Most of them, I think, are the developers. At least half. At least half, yeah.
Because when I spoke to Yeti today, for what it's worth, I asked him how long would it take him to launch a marketplace like a Clore AI. Maybe not Flux Proof Use for it, because we don't really fully know what that is just yet. But he said if he worked on it full time, he thinks about 6 months. If he did it full time. So
he said with full funding and a full staff as well.
Okay,
he said.
so full staff. So it's like,
but again,
I don't know
the
how
definition.
It's
you're talking about
right?
releasing a marketplace like Vast AI. Yeah,
much easier than I think what they're doing.
That's not what Flux is trying to accomplish.
Right, it's not what they're trying to do.
That's what I'm saying. So I think I'm cool with it taking a while. Would I love to see a product? Absolutely, who wouldn't, right? But I'm cool with it because they are doing a lot more.
But I will say, DJ, I hadn't thought of it that way. Yeah. I'm of the mindset of Hawk, where I'm like, show me. I love the project. Show me. Yeah. I want the taste. I want to know what the
give something
I'm
though.
Looking for.
They haven't remained silent.
That's because we're so passionately involved.
Right.
That's why.
Right.
But when you're talking about what's best for the project and what is going to be good for the long term, I hadn't actually thought about the way DJ put it, but that's a really great point.
We're passionate about the project because they've come onto our channels, they've supported us, they've invited us to events.
I just think the project's cool.
Right. Well, that too. But what I'm saying is like it was even more. Okay. And now we're saying, okay, look, like now people are starting to ask questions. You got to give something. You got to give something. You got to show something. Listen, I questioned. I don't feel like they showed anything. I was skeptical, very skeptical about Dynex. Very skeptical. Okay. Some that remain still skeptical. Yeti has gone. I've sat in Discord with Yeti. Yeti has pulled up their stuff and Yeti has shown me what they're doing in the back end. So I am not an expert in Python. I don't know none of this stuff. I know how to turn on the machine and make sure it's connected to my Vast AI. And that's about as far as I go. Okay. But there was something to show. You know, at Cypherpunk, we didn't get that. We didn't get it. And it's the truth. I'm nothing negative about the project or the people. Just stating the facts. We didn't get it. Regardless if it was a malfunction, where was the second attempt to show it? There was none. Okay, cool. Shit happens. I understand. Right? But if the goal is to get proof of useful work for Flux in the front stage, you got to give the community something now. That's it. That's it. You got to give the community something now. You got to give them something.
No.
You got to give them something. The clock is ticking.
No, it
is. But again, people are so focused on being first to market or second to market or third to market. It's not about that, especially considering that the marketplaces will be different. So this is Flux. If they in fact do have a full rollout in a year, are going to do well.
Yeah. imagine this, right?
Again, and I'm not even.
I want them
again,
for the record. I want them to succeed.
Well, hang on a second. Anything talking about a year out is a complete estimate. We could be 2 years out if you're talking a year out. That's the reality of software development. It all depends on how well your development goes and what happens along the way. I mean, think about computer games that said that they were going to be out and they were 6 years delayed because of issues. You just don't know. That's software development. That happens sometimes.
I understand. I understand. I really understand. This is the beautiful thing about all three of us here. We have three different opinions.
Mhm.
I understand. I'm at a point where I see people losing faith in a project. I see people starting to question the project. They are creating waves for the project. Okay.
But hang on a second.
It's not necessary. It's not.
Agreed. But you have to look at the motivation of the people that are questioning the project and where the motivations came from. But in my opinion, what it stemmed from is it got a lot of people's noses out of joint when one project attacks another project. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, fine, if you're going to attack that project, let's take a closer look at you and we're going to nitpick every little thing. And that's unfortunately what has happened at this point.
I'm looking at it like this is the time to perfect your craft because the community, loyal, love all of you. Thank you so much for being loyal to everyone, especially in these hard times. We love y'all. But this is the time to perfect that craft, man. This is the time. I would rather them do it now than when the bull run comes.
Locke had a great message. He says, I feel like we are talking about my day job. Exactly. Because this is real life. This is what happens at corporations every single day. I have a young guy who I work with. He's like 25. And I keep telling him every time he like says, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I mean, is this dumb? I'm like, hey, welcome to the real world.
I have a question.
This is what happens in corporations. I don't care where you go to work. This kind of stupidity happens everywhere.
Yeah. Go ahead,
I have a question. Thank you. So Chuck Danger brings up a point. At what point does Flux turn into Loco Tech?
This is completely different.
No, it's not.
These are
because you're a company.
Completely different.
You're a company promising a product you haven't delivered yet, and people are starting to ask questions. Okay. At what point do we go as a community? And this is not personal. Again, I'm going to say this 100 times. It's not personal.
Thank you.
But at what?
King.
Mining King with the big medium PP energy with the $10 super
Oh,
chat.
hey.
Thanks, bro.
Hey, I need every dollar I can get. It's a recession. Thank you.
No, but seriously,
King.
all seriousness, hold on. No distractions here. And I really want everyone's honest opinion. Chat, you guys, everybody. At what point do we look at projects that, forget Flux, just in general, at what point do we look at projects like Flux and other stuff too, where we give them the Loco Tech treatment? Because you can only promise for so long and not deliver. At what point do people go, all right, I had enough?
Oh, come on.
You
can't put Flux in Loco Tech and then
No.
Yeah,
he's
you
got
can.
a point. He's got a point.
Come on.
Yes, you can.
Yes,
Listen,
you can.
we met the Loco Tech guy, DJ. We both talked to him. We both interviewed him. Okay. And he had this little briefcase. Nice guy, by the way. Not personal. He had a little briefcase, okay, with some microchips in it and this other piece of hardware that looked like you can connect coax to the ends. And that was the end of that. That's all I understood from it. And he says that they spent $5 million in research and development.
I thought it was cool as fuck.
There was nothing there.
What do you mean there's nothing there? It's a prototype.
There's nothing. That's not the prototype of the hash blade.
All right.
That was not the prototype of the hash blade.
No,
it was not the prototype.
We had the same conversation with this guy. He had the USB. He told us the backstory. This isn't the thing. He said these are the same chips that have to be proven and to get patented, and then we're pushing these exact same chips onto the ASIC board, and we don't want to push it to market until this has been verified from some European thing. And I respect the hustle, man. I thought it was smart. Rather than
I'm not disrespecting the hustle.
hold
I'm
on,
not. And the
hold
hustle
on.
could take a decade.
One
but I'm
second,
just
1
saying,
second.
at what point, because he's a technology company. So was Flux.
I would
At
hate
what point
to make a new
do
company and you making videos about me. You're not fair to these people. Hold on, hear me out.
No,
hear me
wait
out.
a second.
Hang on,
Hold on, Max. Hold on, I gotta defend myself.
I haven't finished
Hold
my
on a
sentence
second.
yet.
You're telling people you're coming out with a product, okay? Number one, all right, listen. You're coming out with a product, all right? First of all, you shouldn't even go to market until you got a prototype. That's number one. That goes without saying for
But
any
you want
company.
to see Flux half-assed push out a little bit.
No, you want to see a prototype equivalent. You want to see something that works, that what they're developing, that you want to see an update on their development. That's what you want to see.
That's
you
what
want to
they're
see
doing.
that. Where?
I'm
Hang on.
trying to
Where?
tell you, but you cut me off.
All right, go ahead.
Hang
Go
on,
ahead,
hang
Max.
on. Let me just clarify something just to make sure. Was Locotech taking pre-orders?
No.
Not
No.
he has pre-orders open on his website, but you have to email him for that.
Yeah,
So he's taking
to
pre-orders,
my knowledge,
right?
no, but maybe it's changed.
He said he would have a USB miner at Mining Disrupt too, and he didn't. But go ahead.
We saw it. Okay,
No,
listen.
you saw chips.
Listen.
There was no finished product.
Okay, look.
There wasn't even a working demo.
You know what
There's
true.
nothing.
That part's true.
That's what I'm trying to tell
That
you. I
part's
can
true.
put little plastic
my
squares
turn.
in a bag and
My
say,
turn.
I spent $5 million on this.
It is DJ show.
My turn.
Go ahead.
I ain't gonna
I
pull the
reckon.
show card on you, but my turn. All right. I know you're passionate. Listen. Okay, I thought the same thing as you at first, but after listening to the story, it made so much sense, right? He like
Hey,
he
DJ,
said.
I got snake oil to sell you.
I got
tell you-
No,
I
I
got
haven't
water
finished. Can I finish my
property in
story?
Arizona.
Oh, go ahead.
Cocksucker. I just got hit in the head. Oh. Okay, all right. Hear me out, gentlemen.
If a good story sells you,
no,
if
hear
a
me.
good story sells you, hang out with me after the stream, bro.
All right.
And make
look,
some investments.
Look, you and I, listen to me. You and I spoke to him off camera.
We
And
did.
And his story. Listen, what can I say on camera? Let me think. Listen, I can tell. I can look in your eye, man. Listen, he got these USBs, and you know what he said? I could feel his pain. I could feel the passion and like the hurt from him. Why? Because he said, you know what I could have done? We could have just sold you guys all these without having them verified. But it's like getting a COA for a signature, right? He's ensuring, dude, do you honestly think about this? Hear me out. Listen. Do you think
He's reeling in a fucking
Hear me
marlin
out.
right here.
You
He's
gotta-
like all like this.
Listen. If they wanted to, they could have just sold us those USBs. Right or wrong? They could have, and everybody would have bought them. But instead, they want to ensure that they're verified. Then they show you the research that they're verified. I forgot the company that he mentioned. It was a pretty big deal. And then they're going to put that into the next hash blade. And you know what he said at the end? And this is something that I don't think was ever put on camera, but I'll say it anyways because you guys are killing me here. Listen, he said, you know what? After reading Red Panda Mining's, or after listening to Red Panda Mining's stream, after seeing all the backlash that we got, me and my friends wanted to do something positive. Of course, we want to make money, but we wanted to do something that Bitmain wasn't. We wanted to give the little guy a chance with a hash blade, something super efficient, new technology. We could easily, and I felt his pain. He said, you know what? If people want to treat us like this, you know what we'll do? We'll just take over the LT, Litecoin and Dogecoin market, and we won't put it public, and we'll take over the whole network, and we'll do it super efficient. And I could feel that pain, bro. That was off camera. That was real pain, man. You could feel the hurt in his voice. That wasn't faking it, man.
Counterpoint.
Go ahead,
counterpoint.
please.
Okay.
I'm gonna explode.
Counterpoint is no, because that's not how hardware development. They would have a working model and be able to show it if it actually existed. Showing we gotta do this with these chips. Fine, great. That's all great story. That means it works. So show us that it works. Don't just there. That tells you that he's saying it works. So if it works, show me. The other part of it is that there's been time. What happens? They have anywhere from 10 to 20 prototypes that they will manufacture and test, and a certain proportion of those will definitely, if the design's good, will work. Or see, here's the thing. So this is the part where I have a little bit different perspective in the fact that I worked for a company that was involved in prototyping. You would have quick turnaround prototypes, things you could get done 5-10 days. So you could get things turned around quickly. They get things done in wherever they are in Europe. I'm sure they have local PCBA manufacturers there. You can get these things done quickly. So for them to say, oh, well, we got to do all this and that, that's all great, but it means you have to have a working model. So show me what your working model is. And guess what? What do other places do? They're like, we are going to give this to a couple of influencers and have them give it back to us. We're going to give it to them to a couple influencers so they can verify that what we're saying is true. That's what a valid marketing would do. So again, you're talking, I get what Hawk's point was that show me, but you're talking hardware versus software. Now there's a certain amount of software that goes into a miner, but it's like, it's low level software for the most part. It's not rocket science. The software isn't the huge part. It's the chips that are in the boards and the way they're manufactured, or the design that goes into the boards is where a lot of the technology is.
All valid concerns.
Apples and oranges.
All
Listen,
valid.
look,
Go ahead, Hawk.
no one's right or wrong here. No one's right or wrong. These are our opinions. It's just opinions, because everybody runs their business obviously different, because businesses fail. If every business was run the same way and everybody had knowledge on how to do things the right way or what would be best, everybody would be successful. That's the first thing. Second thing is, in regards to local tech or anything else, let's scale to something that you know. I'm going to relate it to something you know, DJ. Tesla. Okay.
Ooh.
Let me ask you this question. Tesla at one point needed outside money.
Yeah.
Okay. They needed outside money. So how do you get outside money? How do you get outside money? You want someone to invest into your company. Do you think that story he told you and I is going to sit him in front of investors and go, I put my heart into this, man, and I do a lot of this stuff, and, you know, I cried and I couldn't get stuff going. Do you think fucking people are going to give money on a sad fucking story?
That's the problem, though. They
don't work that way. Stop, DJ. Stop, please.
You can't cut me off.
It don't work that way. I'm not cutting you off. I'm just saying. You can't ask me a question and then when I try to answer it, you say no. Go ahead. I want to see your answer, because that's not the way it works.
I'm not even probably supposed to talk about all this shit. That's the problem. Is
we interviewed him on video.
Well, this part wasn't, right?
I have him on video saying this.
A lot of the stuff that all right, listen. There's so many millions of dollars. It's not his, right? There's so many millions of dollars from the investors. They don't want to launch it until it's proven in this way and fully.
This is talk, DJ.
I don't think it is, man.
It's not reality.
It's
not reality of how hardware development is done. Period.
Maybe in
we're
general.
not going to show this because we got to verify.
Look at cars.
Bullshit.
Right. One more thing.
They would manufacture like 10. Okay, we're going to test this over here, but to manufacture those 10 pieces is not going to break the bank. And any investor in the project is going to say, go ahead. We need to have a proof of concept. That's what they need. They need a working proof of concept.
Okay. So then why? Okay. If they're just going to scam everybody, right? This whole thing's
it's not not calling it a scam.
I'm not calling it a scam. I'm stating that they're trying to draw in more investment on vaporware.
Okay.
It's vaporware at this point.
Okay.
Right. It's an idea.
They could have just sold it then. But instead, they spent a shit ton of money to come over to Mining Disrupt.
Sell something that doesn't work? They can't.
It didn't cost them any money to go to Mining Disrupt.
Why do you think
it cost them a few $1,000s? That's not a lot of money. Listen,
I haven't even finished my thought.
But DJ, the thought. Listen, I
don't even get to finish. You don't even get to hear.
It's not valid.
It has to go in a circle like this where everybody talks, and it's like hawk, hawk, hawk.
It's not valid. It's not how business works.
When you speak, I think the same thing, but I show you the respect and I listen. Because
my mic is over there. Go ahead.
I'm a patient person. You must be patient at times.
Look, listen, look. I'm gonna mute myself. You ready?
See, like a child, like a listen. They could have just done all this without the facade of spending all the money going to Mine Disrupt and doing all these things. They didn't have to do any of that. They could literally just sell the product and make millions. But they've decided to, again, something he mentioned, like how much it hurts, right? To spend all this money to try to meet like-minded people and still get the backlash. Like, what do you want from the guy? Like, I feel for him, man. A new project. Maybe they don't have all this expertise. Maybe they don't know what all these other companies were doing. They just wanted to bring something forward. Like, if I brought something forward with the two of you and we came to market, and maybe we didn't do it the best way ever. I don't know. I believe him. I think it's legit. Continue.
All right, and you know what? That's your point of view, and that's fine. Now, back on here, down here on Earth, in order to get money, okay, all right, you can't. It doesn't work that way. Let me be honest with you. All right, I'm gonna give away a little bit of stuff about Terra here. Okay, at one point when we started Terra hosting, we were in trouble.
No. King's like, don't do it.
No. That's fine. At one point we started Terra hosting, we were getting hit financially, right? Because we were still trying to prove our proof of concept. Can we do hosting? Can we get a data center? Can we get this thing done? Okay. Guess what? We have it now. I can take this is why Terra has major investment coming in. I can take an investor, drive him to the facility, and show him what we have set up already.
You know, Geek is backstage, right?
Huh?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, Geek's backstage.
So as a what's up, Geek? So as a product, you want funding for a product. You have to show a working demo. It's like, dude, it's like a car manufacturer. Do you think when Tesla started their company, when Elon Musk said, you know what, I'm going to take over Tesla from these two idiots that started it, and I'm going to make this better, and I'm going to show you.
You know what they gave us? They gave us a fucking Locust and said, this is what the Tesla's going to be, the Roadster one day. Look
Actually,
up the original
time out.
Roadster.
Time out.
I'll look it up.
Time out. I know the history. First of all, the original two owners, the first Roadster, Tesla Roadster, was a Lotus frame. That's how the original two owners of Tesla did it.
The prototype
Elon
of
Musk
a
did
different
not
car.
start Tesla. He did not start Tesla. He had to scrub everything they did and start over, number one. Okay, and the only way he did that was he had to create prototypes for every single car in order to show investors, hey, this is our concept, it's working, and this is what we're going to create. And that's when he became $1 trillion company overnight. That's when it happened. Not when he said, come look at my idea. Here's the tires that'll go on the car, but this is what it is. That's not going to work.
I hope you can see my screen right now.
I can't see your screen.
All
You're not
he did
sharing
was
it.
take a Lotus, bro.
It wasn't
did
him.
it go in mass production?
DJ, your facts are wrong. It wasn't Elon.
This is the USB right here.
Oh my God, DJ.
They're showing
that wasn't
you an
his
example
company then.
of what it could be. That's just the prototype.
That's not his company, DJ. He didn't take over Tesla when they had the Lotus concept.
The Roadster? Are you sure?
No, he
I'ma look it
didn't.
up.
I know for sure. Go ahead, look it up, because you're gonna believe me anyway.
Continue. What's up?
He didn't take over Tesla till after
Good.
that.
How you doing? Doing good?
Doing all right. How are you, man?
I'm doing good.
He didn't. The first Tesla Roadster was built on a Lotus frame. Okay, and was put a battery in it. That's what they did, and it did terrible. The two original guys that started Tesla did that, and they failed. The logo was even different.
Bro.
He was on the board of that company at that time. He was not in charge. He took over after the failure. And if you listen to his interviews and you actually watch like documentaries, because I know you watches anything that's, that has to be, can't be older than 6 months. If you watch anything a little bit older and you watch the documentary, you'll see him talk about it. He tells you, I took over when the ship was underwater. And he turned that bitch into a submarine, is what he did.
February 2008, Roadster 1 launches. October 2008, Elon takes over as CEO. Still worked for them. Come on, man. We're talking about a couple months
It was
here.
a failure. It failed in 6 months.
But it was their prototype.
Look at the history.
It was their
He had
prototype.
nothing to do with that. It was not a prototype, because nothing from the Roadster 1 is implemented into the second Roadster. It's a completely different car. It was a failed prototype.
Let
It
Geek
sold
of all
maybe
trades
like
talk.
100
He hasn't
units.
spoken. What's up, bud?
So anyway, let me put one last kind of thing on this. Hardware development and the process around hardware development is completely different. From a VC perspective, if you are a hardware company and you're trying to get investment, you are not promoting things to the public. You are working behind the scenes. You are showing what you can do. You're bringing in investors in order to be able to have a working product. And once you have, you at least have to have a working prototype in order for you to start promoting it, to say, okay, now that we have a working prototype, and it depends on the technology that you're involved in. There may be manufacturing techniques and things like that. But from a miner perspective, that type of manufacturing technology already exists. You're just it's a matter of designing the PCB and the software around it. That's all that product is. And the housing's not hard. This type of product can be developed relatively quickly, but they have nothing to show for it, and they have a lot of bluster, and that in the hardware electronics field shows complete failure. If you look at history, typically those are the projects that are all bullshit and all failure. Typically.
So I like Ben. He's a pretty
like
good
him
guy,
too,
you know.
for the record.
But that's neither here nor there.
Right. That's not something that's questionable.
Yeah, and right. So, but I've been talking to him off and on since, you know, the whole thing back in January. I talked to him offline, just, you know, keeping in touch on LinkedIn and shit like that. And, you know, realistically, he's even said, like, this was handled all wrong. You know, we shouldn't have come out and talked about it. Really, it was them being excited about their product at that Litecoin convention and talking about it at Litecoin, being a Litecoin, you know, specific script company. You know, they were all about it and gung ho about it and trying to push forward. And that's the footage that kind of, I don't want to say got leaked, but it pretty much got leaked out.
Put it on his website.
Was shared everywhere. And then he's, you know, really coming out there defending himself. But yeah, I mean, I agree. It was completely done and it kind of bass backwards. And I don't have a clue on hardware development. I've never worked at a company that was, yes. I've never worked at a company that had to do like hardware development like that. But just I mean, everything from, and Hawk, you know this better than probably anybody here, you know, the startup side of things, there's a lot to do. Well, I mean, Max too.
There is a lot to do. But before you go to market, if we're going to talk about Logitech for a second, when I first looked at his website, it looked like an 8th grader wrote it. Number one.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay? It was awful. It was awful. There was no logo. There was no branding. You're DJ. I know you're getting frustrated. I'm sorry, but you have to understand.
My dog too, though. He keeps like jumping on this side and then this side. He wants
Like,
attention.
when you're coming out with a product, like you want to, DJ, if me and you were started a company together, okay, and you had, hey, Hawk, I got this great idea, I got this product, I know you know marketing, I'm gonna get hobbyists together, Max is gonna lead the development team, and Goat's gonna program everything, and we're gonna be rich, right? And you came out with this product, and cool. My first question to you as lead marketing, and I do this for Terra, as lead marketing, is gonna say, when's the prototype gonna be ready? And you're gonna tell me, oh, I can't build it, I need money. Don't do it. This is my second thing I'm going to tell you. Because an investor, DJ, imagine you're going to go invest into a company. You're going to give someone money just based on their ideas with no foundation?
I would buy a Locotech right now. Absolutely.
There's no Locotech though. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to say, hey, DJ, I got 300 hash blades I'm going to sell you right now, and they're going to work. Don't worry about it. Give me $100,000 because I'm going to sell them to you.
If you came to me with it, sure.
No,
Maybe.
I don't have a product. I'm just talking to you.
They showed me their product, though.
But
They don't have. No, they didn't.
They did.
No,
Well,
they didn't.
They showed you a piece of
No,
hardware.
they
That's all
didn't. They showed you a piece of hardware. They did not show you a
They could have
working
showed you
product.
a shoe and told you that it mined. There's no difference. The only thing is that it had a couple of chips on it.
Right.
they also didn't.
You just
say it
bought the
was for
snake
sale.
oil. You
They
bought the
also
snake oil.
didn't say it was for sale.
Right.
There's no time. No, they were not selling you anything there at all.
No.
And they're still not selling you anything.
Yeah.
You bought into it a little bit. Hear what I'm saying to you. I'm asking you to give me money because I'm going to promise you a product and show you the chip that's going to go in it. Okay? I'm showing you the chip that's going to go into this phone. All right? I didn't make the phone yet, but I promise you, give me $100,000. It's coming. Okay? You're going to give me $100,000?
It's a different situation, but no, in
No,
your
it's not.
situation, no.
No, not my situation.
You said you
it's
have
the same
nothing
situation.
to show me. Should I
He
give you
had nothing to-
$100,000?
I showed you, here are the chips that are going to go into this. I'm wingling a plastic bag in front of you. Do you see these chips right here? I designed these chips, and they're going to go into this magic phone that I'm going to create once you give me $100,000.
Make
Are
it
you
up
going
a
to give me
fantasy
$100,000?
scenario that everybody would say no.
Hang
to.
on.
It's the same thing.
Here's the part that I lose it.
It's the same thing.
I have never heard of a company saying, I have a working product, but a working chip, but I am not going to make that into a prototype until somebody certifies it? Are you
They
kidding
said
me?
who it was. I forget who it was.
My point, it doesn't matter. My point is that you as a company would have done testing on it to see whether or not it works.
They did their testing. They wanted to be
So
proven.
why
by
are you
some
going to wait to
prestigious
make a
company.
working prototype until somebody does certification on it? That's ridiculous. You're going to make a whether or not that working prototype actually gets moved into a final product is irrelevant, because as a beginning company, what you want is to show a prototype showing that you've developed something that worked. And if you said, hey, guess what? This isn't going to be efficient enough, so we're just not going to go to market with it and we're going to go back to the table. That's fine, but you would have a working prototype that you could show investors to say that, hey, we've done some due diligence here. We've actually produced something that works, not at scale or anything, but we've produced something that works. They have not shown that yet.
They haven't shown it to us, but behind
Right.
closed doors, they
How-
already have the investors. That's the whole point.
No,
of
they
what I'm
don't.
saying. Yes,
No,
they
they
do.
don't.
They literally said that.
He
Go ahead,
just
Geek. Go ahead,
told that to you. I could tell you
No.
anything. I could
Go
tell
ahead,
you the
Geek. Go
sky
ahead.
is purple and your eyes are wrong. It doesn't matter. Where's
Just
your investment?
making up
Listen,
random shit though.
okay, here's the thing. When Terra gets investors, okay, we have to show our investments and where they come from. If and when we go public as a company, which will happen.
Right.
Okay.
You will show it to your investors. You don't have to show me shit. You don't have to
But
show.
you're trying to
DJ
sell me
shit.
a product, though. You're trying to sell me a product. You're trying to get me to stand
I'm not
behind
trying
you.
to sell anything yet.
Well, no, it's not. You're trying to
But
sell
no,
me the
but
idea.
Here's the thing, though.
Like,
If you're gonna go to mining disrupt, there's no reason to go unless you are going to actually show something that works. Unless you're a snake oil salesman.
all right.
That's my
agree
opinion.
to agree to disagree. It's not. We're going in
And
circles.
of course,
Agree
yeah,
to
no,
disagree.
we're definitely going to agree to disagree here. But I mean, think of how many millions upon millions of dollars have been invested by people across the world that give no fucks if they get an ROI on that at all. They're going to throw money at it. I mean,
Idiots.
hold on, Andy does this. Your friend Andy, he'll put out investments on 50 things. 2 things take a big hit, and he makes a whole bunch of money, but the rest of them may not. Right?
Right, but that's
hold
a bit
on.
different though, because you're talking
Well-
about crypto, which is a software product,
Wait.
which you can develop and have it kind of work or whatever, and something might. All of them work. It's just whether or not what's going to actually take off. In this case, you don't know
that's
whether
a
or
good
not
point.
there's a working model at all.
I just don't understand. Like, when the Wright brothers created the airplane, they didn't walk in with drawings to someone and say, "Hey, this is our idea. We need money to build it." They went to the backyard barn and they built the fucking plane. Same thing that Apple did. Steve Jobs, Papa John's. They all started in their garage. They came up with a product. They got an idea, and that's where they started. IBM, same thing. Microsoft, same shit. Like, they all started because nobody fucking believed in them and would give them money to do what they needed to do. Now these companies are trillion-dollar companies, billion-dollar companies.
I mean, you
And
can
because
build like what they were showing. I don't disagree. You would build a small scale model of what you're trying to do, because all these miners have like 3, 4, 5 hash blades in them. Okay, so build a portion of a hash blade and show the working model. Show
Even if
that
it's-
it works.
even if it works 2% or 3% at the capacity it's supposed to, because you don't have the money to build it. You know what I mean?
You show a proof of concept.
Or a proof of concept. Or I'll even one up you a little bit, DJ, and I'll come into this. You could even take the concept design, okay, with everything about how it's supposed to work, and you could actually put it into a computer and get a virtual rendering about how it's going to work. That is at least something that you can do if you can't spend the money on actual development. Okay, that's easy to do. Okay, because you can get someone.
It's a hardware product. A render doesn't do shit.
Well, but you can get something that can show exactly specifics and see how this product's going to work and what it's going to do, and this is the steps how it's going to do it. Because look,
you can get something of that. I mean, there are like circuit drawing, board design things which all like look at voltages and things like that will all look at those things, but the things that happen inside the chip, which is what really we're talking about, the magic here, that's the part that you can't show that.
you can put forth effort into a project. You can put forth effort into a project and make it sell. Okay, and that on the flip, this is what Flux is very good at. Okay, This is what people who do good marketing, this is what they do. This is why you can have the best idea in the world, okay? Even and GOAT, and I think you'll agree with me here. You can have the greatest product in the world, okay? And you can have something that's going to change a whole industry. If your marketing is shit, it's not going anywhere. And we saw that with the, what is that? Was it Ride Stop Sidecar and Uber, okay? Yeah. Same thing goes for Locotech. If they would have just pumped the brakes a little bit, okay, and got all excited, got their panties in a wad, and they got all excited, and they were ready. Oh man, we're gonna revolutionize Litecoin mining. Cool, that's great. Wait till you have a working concept, because this industry, this community will chew you up and spit you out.
No,
it's the way that. Yes, DJ.
My turn now.
Yes, you're wrong. You're wrong, dude. You're wrong.
I think you're wrong.
That's not the way business works.
Right,
it's not the way business works.
All right, listen. You say they'll chew them up. They'll forget about this. Ain't how you do it. Let's say tomorrow, Locotech says, we got it. They will sell out like this. You have this, you think that everybody's going to be against them or something. They come out in a month or 6 months from now. Everybody's going to buy it. Everybody. You know it, and I know
Yeah.
it.
Whether it takes a month or a year, as soon as when it's ready to go, it's ready to go. And we're going to speculate as much as we can, to the extent that we can, until we see it in front of us. I absolutely agree with you 100%. We did the same thing with Ice River. Everybody was skeptical about Ice River until it was in Panda's hands. Even when it was in Panda's hands, everybody's like,
still questioning.
Complete bullshit.
Right.
Some people are still thinking it's a rug pull, even though there's, hundreds of machines out there mining away. But and that's just kind of how it is, and that's how it is with everything. I mean,
yeah, but the difference is that Ice River came out of nowhere and said, we have this product, and then shortly after that delivered the product.
Yes.
So that's the difference. Locotech came out how many months ago?
Hold on.
12 months ago.
They asked for $30,000 first.
Locotech is making a product. As I understand it, Ice River had a product that was rebranded something else, you know what I mean, and kind of brought their own twist and brand over on it. So that was already in production by an established company.
Didn't Ice River do live streams on Twitch with their product before they even sent it to Panda?
I saw it after. I don't know if they might have done it before.
That.
I saw it after.
I mean, look, listen, all right, let's move forward, because I don't want to keep going in circles here. The point is that everybody has their feelings. DJ disagrees. I disagree, because I'm in business and I know what it takes. So you can't just release a product you can't ask for investment with nothing to show for it. That's all I'm saying. That's my point.
Completely different business. You guys are in two different.
I'm not talking about Terra. I'm not talking about Terra.
What's the other
I have
one
a business that sells products.
Locotech?
I have business that sell products.
How is that similar to Locotech?
You think I pay for all this with?
Not like high-tech electronic.
But every product, every marketing campaign, every company runs on the same platform. If you want investment, from cars to tech to creating a camera to a TV to this keyboard, like everything has to have a proof of concept before you get in most things. Okay, unless you're designing something that's completely outside of the box and you got a friend, family, or a fool that's willing to give you the money, okay, you have to convince somebody that you have a working product and a working idea, whether it's a software or hardware or a product. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sure they've done that with their investors that they already have behind closed doors, have shown them, but have not publicly shown.
Correct. You might be right. He told us $5 million has gone into development. $5 million has gone into development.
And it's not from him, it's from the investors.
Okay, well then there must be a huge mismanagement of money. Because $5 million to launch one single prototype, even if it worked at 10% the capacity, those numbers don't add up to me.
But again, here's my problem with it, is the fact that, do you know how much it costs to make 10 prototypes maximum? 500,000 maximum. 10% of the 5 million. Okay, so if you haven't allocated just the 500,000 to get a few working models, then that is a mismanagement, because what they said was, we have a working chip. Fine, that's the hard part. So now build the prototype. That can be done within a month. Tested maybe a month and a half to figure out which of the prototypes actually work the way you want them to, or troubleshoot them to say, oh, well, we made a little mistake over here and a little mistake over here. We need to either rework the boards or scrap them and build, 10 more.
You see,
Yes,
the
it will
price.
require more
We'll
money,
move
but
on.
at that point you had a working model. You can, through your testing, figure out what you did wrong and then go from there. Anyway,
You see this
just
right
it,
now?
it just does not hold water the way that they're saying what they're saying. It doesn't. It, to me, it screams snake oil salesman. That's what it screams to me.
Look at Dynex up 26%.
Holy cow!
See?
Damn.
Damn.
Better
That's a
start
pump.
mining that this week.
Yep. Dynex to the moon. All right, Geek. You're in here. I want you to pick a topic. What is
I need to
going
get a
on
drink. I'll be
in
right back.
Geek? Yes, fair enough. You see a dirty ass pizza? Look at that. Tell me that pizza ain't dirty, man. Come on. Doesn't that look
Leave my
nasty?
damn pizza alone, okay?
Doesn't that look nasty?
All right, leave my pizza alone. You're vaping all over that brand new camera. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Words are hurtful. Hawk.
2023.
That camera's probably like 6 feet away from him, though.
It's pretty far.
Yeah, it's pretty far. Yeah, it's pretty far. I need a drink.
What is new in Geek of all trades world?
Oh, making videos. I broke my phone today. I broke my
Good.
phone.
Damn.
That sucks. I was working on a video and I took the camera off the tripod and I dropped it right on my phone.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Mine's cracked.
Well-
Not full on broke yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I actually went to go
so
visit Geek today at his house.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was selling
he
me
got-
some workstations.
he got to see my data center firsthand.
Gotta get my dog.
Did. I also got to see his studio.
Yes, where all the magic happens.
It by the way looks really impressive, right? So he has just moved in. Okay, but yeah, it's funny because if you ever see like an actual studio, it looks all cozy, when you like your new studio and things like that, and you look at everything around it is like concrete and just stuff, nothing that looks nice. That was kind of what I took away. I'm like, man, this is like an actual studio because all that looks beautiful. And then around it is, well, he just moved in. It's a basement. So there's going to be a lot of stuff around because you just moved into a house.
It's still a mess. We've got a wall to put up to finish the office part because this is my day job too. I do like work my day job from here. I didn't show you that. I got these KVM switches that I 3D printed a chassis for that the KVM sits inside it and I've got it mounted. So by the push of a button, I can switch from day job, like on my laptop to,
nice.
working on all this and then back. And I was very proud of that. But yeah,
I might have to, if I ever start working from home, I may hit you up for that.
Yeah, I just got old, like pulling a dongle out of here and putting a cable over there, and then or having to open my laptop and then hooking up a monitor to it and doing. Fuck that, man. Push of a button. Day job, not day job. Works for me. Works real well.
So
Actually,
I don't think we.
Sorry,
go ahead, Max.
actually at work, I just got two 4K monitors, two 28-inch 4K monitors, but I'm driving it from a Dell Latitude laptop.
That's what I've got.
So in order to, I was like, okay, fine, I'll just plug it into the dock and plug it into the computer.
No.
That does not work. So I learned that you had to plug in the HDMI directly into the laptop, not into the dock, and then plug the dock into the USB port for the other monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, took a little while for me to figure that out, but I figured it out.
And that's it. Well, depending on the Latitude, if you've got a 7000 series, it might drive more, but you typically will get two 4K monitors at 60 hertz, the end, off a Latitude laptop. Precision, they've got a little more horsepower in them. You can probably drive three 4K monitors, but you can still, like if you wanted to add, like you saw my setup, my two ultra wides for the two larger monitors are on the bottom. And then I've got two 1080 24-inch on the top. All that's driven. Well, I've got a 3060 Ti in my my daily driver, but my laptop, same thing. I've got just an ePort replicator and then plugged directly into the laptop, and it all drives it directly from there. So you can do a couple extra monitors if you want. Like if you want to get a side, big long side monitor for big spreadsheets and stuff, you can still drive all that, just not in 4K.
Right. Exactly.
Question, Geek. Sorry, I came in halfway on that one.
No worries.
Dynex. Do you feel any differently about it? A fan yet? Not yet?
I don't know, man. It's still doing its thing, and I'm happy the price is pumping for the people that have it. I don't have any, so I don't know. It's a cool project, and I like where it's going. You know, it seems like it has potential. It definitely has a need. There's obviously people out there that need that type of processing power for their applications on a tech, on the tech side. As far as the crypto behind it, kind of like Flux, it's driving the ecosystem forward, in my opinion. Flux is going to be the same way. Like that tech, there's companies that are going to need that tech to do their day job, to sell whatever they're selling or providing. But the crypto behind it is just pushing it forward. It's making it happen. And I think Dynex is kind of the same way, in my opinion.
I'll take that as a no.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not sold on it, but I didn't
Fair
mine
enough.
it. And if
Fair
I was
enough.
going to mine it, it would just be to sell.
Fair enough.
Yeah, same here.
Power's too expensive for that shit, man.
Well, I'll tell you right now, actually, I was just looking at the profitability according to hashrate.no at 10 cents a kilowatt hour on a 3070 Ti, which is not very efficient. Its profit is now 7 cents a day.
Well,
What about
I'd
you,
like to
DJ?
do-
How do you feel about Dynex?
Oh man, I love Dynex. I think
You love
there's everything except for one. It checks all blocks that I would want, except for one.
Boxes, you mean?
But what I say?
Blocks.
I've been up since 5 a.m.
Okay.
It's 1 a.m. now. Yeah,
So,
no,
so
man.
would I, but I took a nap. But anyway.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
did
not
take a
playing
little power
CS:GO with us then?
nap. I could probably play CS. I probably shouldn't because killing my sleep schedule, but I'll do it.
You don't have to, man. Work
It's-
first.
There's so many things that I love about it, man. Like, one of my favorite things is GPUs are favored on it, right? So not necessarily ASIC resistant, but kind of, right? In a way, right? Because it favors GPUs. So there's longevity there. I love that.
Well,
Always have a
ASICs
home,
would serve no purpose on that network.
which is
And they're-
awesome.
because they're not going to provide compute performance if that's what's actually going on.
Yeah. So that's always a big concern, right? Like we get a lot of these awesome new coins, low wattage, and I'm like, yes, finally, because I have such a high electric rate. I always get excited when it's something low wattage, and then they go away because they get lost to the ASICs like Kaspa and all the others, right? So I get really sad. But this one, it looks like there's longevity. Huge check for me. AI play. You guys know how I feel about AI. I've been talking about it for so long. I think it's just going to explode. Not necessarily just Dynex, but like AI, everything I think they'll be talking about in the bull run, no matter what it is. Nur AI, Glor AI. Just throw AI behind it. That's why I'm making Troll AI. It's going to be a troll coin, though. I'm actually going to do that, actually. But irrelevant.
You're gonna
So-
create a troll AI coin?
I'm gonna create Troll AI. Yeti's gonna help me a little bit. Probably most of it, to be honest. Help me with the note. It's gonna have no purpose, no use case. White paper is gonna be a big picture of a troll. It says "Do not mine this," but it's gonna be mineable. It's gonna be useless. Working on it. Anyways, what was I saying?
You gonna put it on Trade Ogre?
Yes, that is the goal.
It's gonna be the next Doge.
Yeah,
It's gonna be the next Doge.
That is the goal.
That's
right?
excellent.
I
I'm
just
gonna
want to
laugh.
see how much money that everybody could make because I'm gonna like launch it fairly. Like, hey, 2 weeks from now, we're gonna launch it on this date. Feel free. It's a scam, not a scam. It's useless. It has no purpose. If you want to,
Like I said, it's strictly being launched the same way that Doge was.
yeah, we're
It's a
gonna
We
community
are we
coin.
are trolling Bitcoin.
Trolling,
We're gonna
yeah.
show you how easy it is
yeah.
to create a coin. It's the same thing. But whatever you
Yeah.
do, please do not put it on ProgPow.
No, Yeti said maybe he could do a Dynex fork potentially or something like that, and I was like, okay, that'd be cool.
No, see, but then if Dynex actually is useful, then yours would also be useful.
Fuck. I'll figure out something that's low watch. Okay. All right. Something low wattage. All right. We'll figure it out. Damn. I lost track. There's a couple more things I liked.
What don't you like about it?
I don't like the voice changer thing. I'll be honest. I don't like the voice changer thing. It's obviously a voice changer. I'm not an idiot, but that's like the only thing at this point that I don't like. I don't care about showing your face personally. Crypto, you don't need to show your face. I don't look at all cryptos as a company. There are some that want to be a company, like a Flux, totally respectable, like it's going for the company thing. But then you have your Bitcoins, which are totally anonymous, go for more of like the ethos. And not saying Dynex is not trying to be a company, but I don't personally feel like I have to see their face. But the voice thing for me is like, just use your voice. I don't know. But
What if he's got like a really high voice, like he just talks really girly?
oh,
And
that's
he just
cool.
wants to mask that, you
That's
know.
cool. I mean,
Maybe
you know,
it's a
I'm pretty
personal
sure
thing where
that's
he has,
not.
Come on,
like,
and that what didn't
he has,
stop
like,
Vitalik.
feeling.
yeah. That's.
Have you
fine.
seen
I don't care.
Vitalik Buterin just as a person?
Yeah.
Forget
Well,
him
have you heard his
talking.
voice?
Different story there.
Right.
He's an alien.
The
We're
guy
also a
eats
bunch
his
of nerds,
boogers.
right? We're not for the most part
I'm
not
not judging people on
basketball.
the way your voice sounds.
Yeah, we're not like football, basketball, whatever player, macho, right? This is a nerd space. Like 99% of us are nerds. Like,
But then I'm the 1%.
yeah, you're like the 1%, right? But like most of us, half my viewers probably have a squeaky voice. Nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? So I think the audience is fine for that.
How the hell did we get onto that?
Dynex? Oh, the voice
Dynex.
changer. The voice
Yeah.
changer.
Voice changer thing with
Yeah,
Dynex.
Yeah.
I don't care about the voice. Just use your voice. I don't know.
You never played basketball?
I played football mostly.
To what age?
Just in high school for like 2 years. Then I
Says the
smoked
guy
way
in the
too much weed.
Octominer shirt.
Hey, this shirt,
I'm
this
the
shirt
1%.
has my logo
You've
on the
become
sleeve.
a nerd, though. You've
Hey,
become-
dude, well, that's
I've
one thing
always
that
been
me
a
and
nerd,
Hawk
man.
have in common. Well, I did not play in college, but I was recruited to college. I was actually, I've told you this, DJ. I got recruited to the Air Force Academy to play basketball, but didn't go. And a couple other colleges. And you actually went to college and played basketball, correct, Hawk?
Yes, I played. Raleigh Massimino was a coach of a small school here where I'm at, and I played with him on that level. But I broke my arm and I didn't play anymore. I was all done. So I played. Man, I played I was quarterback for 3 years, high school. I would have went to college, but then I went the basketball route because I felt like I was better at it. And then I broke my arm and became a rapper. It's a true story. And then I
Seen the
became an
video.
audio engineer. I became an audio engineer, and then after that,
Very successful audio engineer.
Dad, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
There you go.
I don't think I'm very successful. I had
I was
some
just
luck.
joking. That was the bringing up the joke that just won't die.
I had some. Thank you. I had some luck. I did okay, but sports were always my thing. Like, I'll teach my son sports. Sports kept me out of trouble. They kept me disciplined. And I'm not saying like, like in the middle of all that, like I built my first computer. I was like 14, 15 years old, and I got all these parts together, and I assembled my first computer. When I was that age, and I was always into Star Trek and Star Wars, and I was a nerd. I had both, man. I had the best of both worlds. I was always into video games.
I was
So,
I
I
was
mean-
not into video games. I was into sports, and I was into I don't
They had
say
video
tech,
games back
but
then?
into science. What was that?
Pac-Man.
they
Did
had
they have
video
video
games
games
back
when you were growing
then.
up?
Started out with Pong
Pong and
when I was in the
Pac-Man.
70s. So yeah, that was the start. So yes, within the first year or two afterwards, my parents bought us Pong.
There's only so much
Uh,
Pong you can play. You know what I mean? It's not
That's
like-
very true.
Yeah,
That is
like-
very true.
I mean,
yeah. It's like you can only do it for
Let's
so
put it this
long.
way: when you have an actual ping pong table and Pong, ping pong is way more
Yeah.
fun than playing Pong. But anyway, but no, sports were definitely my thing. I can remember we had like 9 kids within a block of where I lived. We had a baseball field down the block. We all played basketball in our driveways. It was just whose house were you going to go to? My next door neighbor who had the flat driveway, he was the one that generally got all the basketball. But it was great. It was great. I mean, guy next door to me went to play baseball at Eastern Illinois University as a pitcher. And the interesting thing about college sports, a lot of people that move on from high school to college, it ends in injury.
Yeah.
Injury ends your career. His
Yeah.
was his elbow. So for me, that was one of the things I thought about when I was going to college was, do I really want to go to college just to play basketball, or do I want to go to college to go to one of the best engineering schools in the country? Because is my body going to last? And I had jumper's knee. It's a fraying of the main tendon that runs through your knee. and I had a constant my junior and senior year. Towards the end of the year, it hurt a lot, and I'm like, this is a wear injury. So I kind of knew. But anyway, yes, us growing up, sports was like everything, but at the same time, I loved science and technology.
We need a max voltage high school basketball photo.
Oh, I can get you an article actually.
Wow.
Wow, he
Let me
wanted to see
look
what
it
a
up.
news
Let me
article.
look it up. I'll find it.
I want to hear you sing. How come I still haven't heard you sing yet?
Oh, Max is a very talented singer.
I still
You've
Very
never even
talented.
heard me sing.
Yes, I
Have you?
did. You sent me the song.
Oh, that's right, I did. I forgot about that. I had
How
a
come you
recording.
didn't send me yet? I've been waiting.
Max is he's a shower singer, but he'll blow in the shower all day long. He will
I bet
not.
me?
he will. I bet he
What am
will.
I gonna do in the shower?
Wow.
That's what we used to
Whoa.
call singers when we would singers. The term in audio engineering is like if there was a good singer in the booth, like it would be like, yeah, she can blow.
Stop the
Like
cap.
it's a term used for of endearment.
You said him
when
in the shower though. It's like
he can blow, and you guys.
I get what you're saying.
You guys got too much porn on your computers, man. It's messing with your brains and how it functions.
You keep it in the cloud. You don't put that shit on your computer.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, never down.
You guys are all fucking fucked up. That shit messes with your brain. It does.
All right. How long have we been live? Yeah, it's time to wrap it up, gentlemen. What else you got?
Hold on, I
Anybody
gotta
got
see this
anything?
picture of Max. Let's hold on.
All right,
Everybody wants
I'll
to
wait
see
for
this
this
article.
picture.
Wait for this
Hold
article.
on,
It might have
hold
his real
on. I don't
name,
think there's
though.
a picture in it, and I'm gonna have to like.
Yeah. Don't give your real name.
Hang on a second.
That Hyroot says that was never a term used. Okay. Okay.
It's always the guy who knows.
Uh,
It's a good stream though. I enjoyed myself. And Dynex is moving. I mean, well, how's Kaspa? Usually Kaspa moves kind of with it.
I think it's still over 5. I checked it not too long ago.
Damn it! I need these things to go down so when I buy them,
No, I don't want them to go
a
down.
little bit better entry. I need a better entry. I'm not buying at this level. It's too high. 80 cents is like where the highest I'd like to pay on Dynex. Kaspa, I'd love to pay like 4 flat. I don't know if it's gonna be hard to get 4.
You got me thinking now, like when I played quarterback. I should have stayed as quarterback, man. I could have went pro as quarterback. I was good. I was tall too. I could see over the line. Like, and in high school, these dudes were huge, man. So like when I went, like one of my friends is in the NFL now, but he went and played college. I used to visit him, and I got like field access. And you ever walk up to a defensive lineman and just see how big they are? It's like I look up at them like this, and I'm tall. Like I'm like, yo, what's up? Like these dudes are like Coke machines with legs. They're massive. Like
Yeah, I
they
bet.
stand up, you can't see over the line. It's crazy.
It's like Al Bundy talking about the good old days.
Man, I wish, man. I had some good days when I played. When I played quarterback.
And now, you just have to wait on the metaverse, and you can relive that.
There we go.
You're gonna play, dude.
I was all
imagine
night.
Madden.
You didn't even
Imagine
say the word
Madden.
meta.
I'm gonna be Tom Brady, bro. I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna be in the Super Bowl against Atlanta, the greatest comeback of all time, and they'll be like, DJ.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. If there's if we can find a way where you can like, I don't know, like a Madden, like Madden 29 finds a way to be all virtual, like VR, and you can get in there like kind of like a meta almost. That would be really cool.
It will, man.
I
Maybe
should've
not
went
29.
Madden.
29 is way too soon. But 39, maybe.
But they have VR football now. I mean, it can't be that far off.
Yeah,
Like,
but, you know.
oh shit! Did you see? Remember the video game Ace Combat? Did anybody play that Ace Combat the fighter jet game?
Nah, I don't like this type of stuff.
Okay. Chat. Somebody's got to remember Ace Combat. Okay. So Ace Combat was a game where you could just fly. It's like a dogfighting fighter jet game. Pick a plane, fighter jet, all that stuff. Now they have it in VR, which is so cool because you can buy like the same way you would do Flight Simulator. You can buy the whole thing and literally sit in the cockpit and like fight dogfight. And it's like the coolest thing. Like, I think I'm gonna go call Yashnik and get rid of that scorpion that he doesn't use, that giant chair that he just uses it as a shelf. I think I'm gonna just go steal it from his house and bring it in my office and then play Ace Combat on VR because it's like the coolest thing.
I never hear from him anymore.
Hey, you guys get girlfriends and they dip, man. That's how it goes.
In high school, like
Nah, bro. There's some dudes way behind in the game. Not saying he is,
Fair
but there's
enough,
some dudes way behind in the game.
Well, that's all right. They get married and they'll be back.
yeah,
They'll be back. Yeah, start to hate their lives and
in a
come back.
year or two.
Hey guys, remember me? It's like 2045. Hey Yash, how's it going? Nah, yeah. I'm just
Hairstyle's
playing,
the
man.
same.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. I
yeah.
wonder when
Shout
the
out to
next.
Yasnik.
Yeah, I wonder when the next poker tournament's going to be and for what project this time. I think it'd be fun to have a poker tournament. We haven't done it. When was the last one we did? Darrow, right?
Yeah, I think it's Daryl. Yeah.
I think it was Darrow, right? Yeah.
I learned my lesson on playing poker with crypto people.
What's that?
Yeah, because Dave, bro, veteran miner scared everybody out of poker, and Max was the. You should, dude. I've never seen Max upset or lose his patience, and it was borderline.
I've seen it in
table, bro.
StarCraft.
Like,
It was funny because I'm like looking at Dave. I'm like, Dave, what does that say? Dave, what does that say?
God, they would sit next to each other.
I was sitting right to his left. What does this say? Dave, look at me. Dave, what does this say? It says dealer. What are you supposed to be doing? He'd be sitting there. He'd just be like, I'm like,
tactic.
dude,
It's
you're
a
the
tactic.
dealer. Shut up and deal.
He's getting so mad. I'm like, yes, it was me, GPU risers, and then Max, and then Dave was over here, and then it was hobbyist, king, and goat, right? And then your friend Andy was on the corner, and then Dave. And it's a complete tactic because he plays stupid. He really does. And meanwhile, I'm like, all right, it's your turn to shuffle. He's like, I don't know how to do this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, he's gonna kill me. Like, he's gonna kill me in this game. Like, I knew it. I knew the minute that I saw him shuffle the cards. I'm like, we're dead. Game's over. I'm gonna lose all my money.
Did you find it, Max? Didn't? It's okay.
I know that this link actually exists. The problem is I'd have to remove my actual name from the article.
Yeah.
I'd have to mark it up.
When you figure it out.
Yeah,
you
it used to be on the internet. It was
I guess
a
you weren't that
game
good
from,
anymore.
it was a game from 1986. The only game I can find from 1986 is the game that we lost. It was my last high school game. The game we lost to Schaumburg. I was the leading scorer for our team. I scored 19. But we lost like 70 to 54. It was not really
Ooh,
close.
yeah.
So yeah.
Geek at all trades. You got anything for the folks?
Buy Bitcoin.
Buy Bitcoin. Oh, that's good. Buy Bitcoin. Hawk.
Don't release a product without a prototype.
This fucking guy. Max.
This fucking guy. This fucking guy.
Hey,
I will say that we've seen it. Thinking of Ice River, we think one way and then reality turns out to be another. So I can say hold your final decision about any project, any product that's out there. You never know. None of us know for sure.
it's
We have our
true.
opinions.
I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, kind of like you did with the Ethereum merge. Yeah, we
You're
get it.
just not.
True.
You're gonna milk that cow.
You ever get
forever.
anything right?
What are you saying? Really? Go ahead. Name a second thing that I was wrong on.
Okay.
Go ahead. I took a
Locotech.
bet on. I took
Ice River.
not wrong. Not wrong on Locotech.
Okay. Ice River.
I didn't say anything about. What did I
Including
say
me.
about
I
Ice
was wrong on
River?
that too. I was right. No, we all thought it was a scam, or didn't believe it.
Okay. So
That's two.
that's not two.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
How is it not? You said name one. I just named it.
You're just being a dick now. Fucking turn shit off.
All right. Farewell, everyone. It was a pleasure hanging out with y'all. Good night.
Peace.
I'll see y'all in the
For your
Misfit if
entertainment
you're going. I'll be
purposes
the Misfit.
only. This was all scripted, by the way. I think I'm done. We're done, right? Did we get to the end of it?
This is AI.
Yeah.
Chat, thank you so much for joining me this beautiful evening. It was a great stream. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, King, for the $10. I don't think we got any members today, but that's okay. I appreciate all of you hanging out. Peace out, boys, girls.
Smoke a day.